Just do a quick test, hang on. Right, good afternoon. Welcome to VP4TV. We have some matches in the Virtual 10 Ball World Championship coming up. One coming up in a minute or two, and the one lost side between Mr. Bill and Whiskey, and that starts at the top of the hour. In an hour's time, we've got Cobra and Bankster, a winner's side match, and at an hour later at 7 p.m. we have Jose against Stubb starting. So we're obviously not going to see all of every match because they all overlap. But we're going to start with Bill and Whiskey and see how things go. Bill should be the strong favourite in it. We are 2 minutes away from the room going on. In fact, I'm beginning to wonder whether Whiskey's going to show up. Because Bill is here. Oh, Whiskey is there. I couldn't see him for looking at him. He's there. So we've got the two players here. We're good to go. Back in a sec. And I'm just going to finish my cup of coffee. Now we're only streaming to YouTube and Twitch this afternoon. I couldn't be bothered taking the time to set the other ones up, so our primary channels should be live. Welcome to Chimpy. So it is 16:59 on my phone. So we're a minute or so away from the room going up. I think it's race to 13 in the one lost side. Yes, it is. There it is there. Obviously, Bill's going to, take that back. Whoever wins this is going to have a little wait to get the next match. I don't know whether Steve's noticed that this is on and whether it's too early in the day for him. It's obviously just gone midday his time. The room is up. Let's get in. And Whiskey on the right. Bill on the left. Lag for the break. Now these look fairly even, but Whiskey looks as if he's going to pinch it. So let's see if the rating difference is going to be the major factor in deciding the outcome of this. Straight away, Whiskey's going to have to push. No shot in the one, but of course the push out is just as important as any other shot in what you do here. And he can't really get away there because he's stuck right behind the 8 ball, so he certainly doesn't want to leave Bill a cut in the one into the side. I mean, it might be thin. Let's have a look. He's coming over this direction. Well, it is thin. And he might be put back in here. Or Bill might, if he can see enough of the one, he might try and skim off it and come behind the 4. I don't know, but the difficulty is sending the 1 up the table, and they did go for the pot. You see, that's why you've got to be careful with the push out. He's giving Bill a free go here. And the only problem is obviously the 6 ball. And he's going to have to try and come back for that 6-7 combo. That's easier said than done to get a good line on it. Well, it could have done with going another few inches. Now, where's the 6 ball going to finish when he plays this? Because this is going to cut across the 7, and the 6 ball has to be played at a certain weight like that to keep it handy, and that was well done. So a poor push out from Whiskey has cost him the first rack, or at least it should do. Bill's going to have to do something here with the cue ball. Either check it up or dead weight just to try and hold it. In fact, he could comfortably do it. He might end up just playing the 10 ball long into the bottom corner here. That's about the simplest shot. Or into the side. Yeah, you've definitely got to come up with better ideas for the push out Whiskey, because that was no good, as the end result proves. Couple of more slips of my coffee and it'll be gone. Well, if it had bumped that 7 half ball the other side, he would have been nicely on the 2. But as it is, he's going to have to kick. Or, well, certainly he's got no chance of jumping whatsoever with a house cue. Although Yamaguchi Taru perfected the jump with the house cue. Well, that's unlucky. I mean, he's got the hit. The unlucky part is I think he's still left a shot here for Bill. No, maybe not. Maybe not. He covered most of it. No. You need to correct that statement, Chimpy. There's no jump cues in the tournament. There's nothing says you can't jump a ball. So, who's the numpty? Not me. You can jump if you want. You can take the risk and try and jump. But apology accepted. But as I say, he's got a not very good chance of jumping with the house cue. But Yamaguchi Taro definitely could. How he did it, I don't know. Well, here we go. Whiskey's got ball in hand. He's got a simple 2, a simple 3, and a simple shot to hold the 4. Now that 5 ball comfortably goes into the side pocket. So again, you've got nothing to do with the cue ball to get on the 5. And the 6 ball is handy down there. So this is easy as far as the first 2 or 3 balls go. And you shouldn't really be making a mess of this at the start. Well, I would have preferred to hold that, but at the end of the day, he's got a slight angle he can make on the 4 ball and get the cue ball out of there. He just wants to get out into the table. In fact, preferably the further over the better, because then he just has to drop that in and he's on the 6. And that's not well thought out. I mean, he's actually hooked himself, would you believe it? I mean, that's just poor thinking, and you've got to give yourself opportunities here. Well, I thought he'd hooked himself, but he's actually managed to squeeze it in. Well, now after that, then he's got to get the job done. But there's no way he should have ever been stuck in the rail there. I mean, he played to play in the rail, but that wasn't the shot. You've got to get yourself in the middle of the table. And this is going to be trouble. He's dead straight in the 7. And if he draws back, he's simply going to hook himself in the 8. He doesn't look as if he's drawn back. He looks as if he's... well, I don't know that will bank. I mean, I don't like the angle. It's too far from the rail. So he's trying to play the big cut-up table. And the inevitable is going to happen. And this might be the story of this match, I'm afraid. But it went wrong simply from not doing the most obvious thing you should be doing there. Like I said, get the cue ball right over to the right-hand side. All you do is drop the 5 in, you're on the 6, and then you can take the rest from there. But that was just such a silly choice of shot. And choice of shots like that, when you're by no means the favourite in the match, you're just sort of, well, you're just cutting your own throat, aren't you? So 2-0 to Bill. It's going to be all too easy if Whiskey capitulates like he did in that rack. And of course Whiskey's got no power in the break, which even more widens the odds of him actually getting the ball in. I don't think Bill can do a lot here. Not really. Now he's called the 8 ball, he's trying to cut the one across the 8, which he's done. The one's actually gone in as well, which would have been a bonus. But he's got enough of that 2 ball, I think, that he could pot it into that right hand corner. He might have enough, but then again he might not. Well, as a matter of fact, he did. But the end result, a roll of the ball for Bill, will come in quite handy. So is Bill going to give a demonstration to Whiskey how to get out with ball in hand? It won't be difficult, considering where the 4 and 5 are. Both of them are adjacent to each other, so as long as you get on the 4, you should have very little to do to get on to the 5. What you don't want to do is leave yourself too straight on this 6 ball. And he's going to have to just drop this in dead weight, but he needs a little angle on this 5. Just a little bump in the rail, and that will give him the angle. Needless to say, look who's arrived in the room. Well, he's just going to come back, and ideally he wants to come back as far as he wants up to that side pocket. He's gone a bit too far, but he's now going to have to hold off the cue ball here, because he can't just cut this in. He's going to have to drag it off to avoid a scratch, and he's overdone it. And again, Bill's got very fortunate. I mean, this is too close really to do anything with it. Now, there's nothing to stop him just pushing it to the rail. He might leave a bank on, but he's going all out. Well, that could have finished worse. I mean, it's not a gimme. Good afternoon to Cobra. But Bill tried to play it into the side. But again, Bill's got away with it. That's 3 times Bill's had a go, missed, and left poor Whiskey with nothing. Whiskey's looking for a gift to get started here. But if they all come and go like that, he's not going to get a sniff. That's not going to be anywhere near it. But this time, it's going to keep travelling. Well, it's not travelled comfortably far enough. Bill's still got the thin cut. Cue ball across the table twice. And he's got it. And that'll be rack number 3. So this match, it probably won't be over in an hour. I mean, it could be if Bill gets his skates on. But Bill's problem in this tournament immediately was his level of consistency was so poor. But he's under no pressure in this match, or at least he shouldn't be. The Bill's come up dry. Whiskey's got a pot in the one, but is there any value in actually potting this one? I don't think so. I mean, if this was me, I'd be sending the one direction, the cue ball the other, and getting the length of the table between them, and hopefully getting a bit of cover. You simply to just go for a pot for the hell of it. It's only given the advantage that you've got the table position. You're not going to run out. And now that he's made that choice, in fact, what the hell happened there? Did he miss it? I was too busy ranting away there and I never even saw what happened and I was watching. Oh, did it get into the wrong pocket? Is that what it was? Anyway. Oh, he called a 10, did he? Oh, he's in. Oh, maybe he was maybe he hit the wrong button. I don't know, but anyway, he'll probably be another player that's in for a shot if he somehow combos a 10 ball early in the rack, probably not knowing the rules. Oh, he was playing safe. Good afternoon to Larry. Well, it might still be morning, depending on what time zone you're in. It could be 5 hours, it could be 6 hours. You're out in the sticks, though, aren't you, Larry? Out in Indian country. Yeah, I thought that. I thought it would be 6 hours. Well, this looks a bit better. If it keeps spinning, I think there's an edge of the two showing. Now, the obvious thing with this is the two can only go one direction doing this. And he has to get the cue ball up beyond that 5. And he has done. Well, I don't know what line he's looking at, but that certainly doesn't look like it to me. In fact, it was pretty good. See this two-dimensional view? I thought he was actually back. It was as if he was banking a cue ball there to between the 2 and the 3 from the angle I'm sitting looking at this. So Bill gets the hit. That time it was Whiskey that come up with a roll of the ball. Now, he's not one of these single-minded players that's going to think about playing combos and potting everything he can see. Is he? Is he going to come up with something of a strategy here? Well, this ain't it. If he's trying to cut that past the 6 and 4. I mean, this is suicidal. Well, I say suicidal. He's got away with it again. Good afternoon to Spectre Don. Not Spectre Don. What's his name again? Semi-Pro. So 3-0 to Bill. Whiskey at the table. And so far we've seen that this isn't familiar territory for him. Now, very thin off the left edge of that 4-ball and push it to the short rail and use the 7 and 9 and play down to the 10. That's a shot. He's going all out again. You see, you've got to come up with a wee bit of strategy, mate. It's just pot everything you can and hope you get on the next ball. It's not a strategy. And it's always doomed to failure. That's not going to get there. I don't think he's got away with it this time, though. No, Bill can get it. I mean, in all honesty, this should be 13-0 from what we've seen so far. It really should be. Bill's going to have to do something silly like miss a 10 ball. Was it 5-5 now? I left. I was getting my dinner, and it was what was it? Was it 4-3 to Trump? Well, final frame decider there then. Aye, I thought it was 4-3 and then 5-3. Yeah, well, Wilson's done well. That'll be a bit of a surprise if he can take down Trump. So, it'll be an even bigger surprise if Whiskey can get on the board here, because I don't think he's going to get on the board. I think it's going to have to be a complete gift from Bill for Whiskey to get anything in this, unless he comes up with something better than one-dimensional play, and that's what we're seeing here. One-dimensional play gets you nowhere. You've got to have a strategy. You've got to know when to wind it in. He had a great opportunity for a good safety there. Decided it was more advantageous for him to just try and pot balls, but it's never going to work out. It might work out once, but I think he's going to need a heck of a lot of luck because he's needing balls to roll into place for him. He's not playing anything positionally. And Bill just needs to bide his time because these opportunities will come. Bill doesn't need to take risks. Now here is a table that is not too bad, except if you get as far as the 4 ball, you've got to get around behind the 6 and 9, or go forward and come off the short rail and come back up, so you're leaving a cut in the 5. And Whiskey's already going to have to hold this cue ball with the weight of shot here, because he's cutting this 2 in and the cue ball wants to run away. And that's good pace. Now the important one, first of all, I think he's a bit straight on the 4. So draw up the table. Anywhere in the top half of the table, you'll at least see the 5. And sticking himself to the rail hasn't helped though. And now this is where I think he'll just hope he gets lucky and finishes maybe somewhere above that 6 ball. And that ain't it, I'm afraid. Well, because you can only see partial amount of the 6, there's very little he can do to keep this safe, I don't think. I mean, he's got to give it a pop and hope, and he's got a double kiss. And of course, now he's left it hanging. It's just a little 5 ball fest for Bill. Well, he'll probably just drag it and kill it. No, he's running in. What am I talking about? I was forgetting about the 8 ball. I forgot the 8 ball was there. And he might. No, that's not good. He hasn't got into the cue. In fact, he's got into the cue ball too much. He wanted to stun and head up left a lot more. But under no pressure, it's dead easy to pot the balls when you know nothing's coming at you. Well, I'm still going to stick with it. I think Bill should win this 13-0 comfortably. He really should. You've then got to ask questions as to how Whiskey's going to get a rack. Well, Bill's scratching. And there's the problem with the 6 ball, even if Whiskey gets that far. So 2 ball and 3 ball, not a problem. 4 ball, opposite side pocket, not a problem. He has to get the top side of that 4. Now, unless he thinks he's just going to run up to the top of the table to play the 5 in past the 10 ball, but he really shouldn't be. You know, he should be getting top side of that 4 so that they can drop down for the 5 into the side. Now, if he has an angle, he might be able to try and get a chip in the 6. It just depends how he finishes. This is no good. That's absolutely nothing as far as controlling the cue ball. So, very limited in what Whiskey's coming up with here. And again, he has finished top side of the 5, and that's no good either because he can't get to the 6. The best he's going to do is roll forward and try and play a combo in the 6-8. Unless he's trying to draw up the table into the table and play a bank. That's the only 2 choices he's really got here. Well, now he should just be chipping to it. He should just be doing the old VP4, bunt it onto the 6. But again, he's going all out for impossibilities here. Well, it's not a gimme that he's left him. And this is probably, if this 6 doesn't go in, it might be Whiskey's best chance to get off the mark. But it has gone in. Nice bump in the 7. And it's going to be what is it, 6-0. And you begin to, I mean, a player like Whiskey, I don't think he watches any of the live streams at all. I think even if he had watched some of the live streams, he might have got this. He might have learned about this thinking mentality, this non-one-dimensional mentality that I keep talking about. You know, think about what you're doing. At least have something like that, and come up with something a bit more constructive. And I don't think he's ever maybe watched any of the streams. And maybe he should. If anything, just to learn the basics about, you know, not just potting every bloody ball you see and trying to do it when you just don't have the game or the ability to back that up. So you've got to play within your limitations. So it's 5:28 in the afternoon here. So Bill's got another 31 minutes or so to try and get this done. So when you look at it, he's pretty much halfway home at the moment. Not quite. But if he got his skates on, we could be over for round about the top of the hour or just after it. Now, I think on most other occasions, I think Bill would have played for the combo in the 3-9 there rather than trying to drop right in behind it. But he's so comfortable, you know, under no pressure. He's quite happy at leaving the unorthodox way to get out. The simple way would just to play the combo. But he was happy and comfortable in getting decent enough in the 3. So now he just has to watch he doesn't overhit this and get interfered with the 8 and the 10 ball. In fact, he's made sure he's overhit it, and that's perfect. So now he can go forward and around again. He's got to just avoid the traffic. And he's done that. So kill the cue ball, 8 ball into the side, leave the angle in the 9 to cut it in down the rail and out for the 10 ball. So this is simple. This is something you do without thinking because it's just autopilot. And it's going to be 7-0. So it's a shot like this that Bill is going to gift Whiskey. Something like this where it rattles in the jaws and it hangs. And that's the only way Whiskey's going to get a rack. So something's gone. And he's got a shot in the 1. I don't think... Oh, he's certainly going to catch the 7. The thing is, he's caught the right side of it. And now he's in trouble. Catching the right side, he's running away, and then he's ended up hooked. So, 2 rails to kick the 2, unless he thinks he can spin and catch the edge of it. No, he's going to risk a jump. And this is a bit of practice for Bill. He's going to just try a jump, see how things go, and he'll think better of it next time. Full marks to Bill for having a go. So here we are again. Here's Whiskey with ball in hand, and he's got a 2 ball that he can take into the bottom right hand corner, stop the cue ball, bunt the 3 in, Now again, he could well, he could go two ways here. He can just go forward and check it, which is a bit more tricky. He could come around the back, risking bumping the 10 like that. Now that pace looks good. That's just gone a wee bit further the wrong side. He would have liked it straight in, pretty much. The only thing is, it's the cue ball's running away. Yeah. It's running away, and he ended up hooked. He didn't check the cue ball at all, because the cue ball did nothing when it hit the bottom rail or the top rail. So there's shot execution is another thing. Now, you know, again, playing snooker, I mean, the same shots, you play the same shots in snooker, you know, to check a cue ball on a rail. Well, you do if that's part of your game. I haven't seen him playing snooker for a long, long time, but I'm hedging my bets that he's not really improved, because he's not bringing any of that sort of knowledge to the table that would suggest he is. And Bill's just got to be careful that he doesn't get too complacent and gift Whiskey a rack, because, like I say, if Whiskey gets a rack, it's more than likely going to be something silly that Bill does, and he doesn't want to do that. That'd just be a blemish in the score sheet. So the lead goes to 8. Whiskey breaking off. Soft break. Well, we've got a dead set 8-9 combo. That's pretty much... Yeah, that's getting in all the way. It isn't now, though, but it opens up the 8. And Bill hasn't got a shot. Is he lining up for another go at this, or is he going to try and jump and catch the edge of the two? Here we go. Attempt number 2. And both jump attempts from Bill have ended up with the cue ball going in the pocket. So it's deja vu again. Whiskey with ball in hand on the 2 ball, 3 ball available, and the 5 ball. Well, let's just say the 5 ball's not going anywhere. He could do something crazy here and let the cue ball run onto the long rail and bump the 5 and 10, but that's only going to open the rack up for Bill. What Whiskey wants to do is make sure he doesn't bump the 5 and 10 here and try and duck. If he gets the 3 and gets on the 4, and that's going to scratch if it catches that thin, and that's fatal, because he's opened up the only safe part of the table for Bill, and that was the one thing you had to avoid doing, is actually bumping the 5 and 10. Don't let's say he wanted to bump the 5 and 10 to open him up to try and run out, because that wasn't going to happen, and he should have kept them safe, as he's about to find out. So he's committing all the cardinal sins that you could ever commit in a game of pool here. Well, Bill's got his work to do here, though. He's going to finish in big bedhead territory, and he doesn't really want to run into the 9 and 8 here either. He wants to get out of there clean, and that's perfect. So now he wants as good a line as he can. So he's staring down the barrel in this 8 and 9. That ain't it though. I mean, he should still get this, but he wanted to be fairly straight on that. Maybe a slight angle, but nothing like that. But certainly the cue ball's going to come back across the table to the right, so the odds are he's going to be on the 8 one way or another. And that all went pear-shaped. And here's the gift. Here's the gift that I spoke about. Whiskey's got ball in hand, and he's got 2 balls to sink here to get off the mark. Oh no, tell a lie, it was a missed call because it's not ball in hand. I've just realised that. Right, well, he should just be sticking the cue ball on top of the 9 again. He shouldn't be taking anything on. And of course he's gone south. Oh dear. So Bill's got off the hook. So we are 22 minutes away from the next match. And Bill goes to a 9-0 lead. Bill's break. Gives him the 2 ball. He has a shot in the 1. And now, I don't know whether... Let's have a look. How would a... Yeah, he's got a lot more angle than he would like for comfort. And this cue ball's just going to leak away. Trump 30 behind, 2 reds left, and at the table. Well, under pressure to clear up for the win. But Trump's been doing that all season though. I mean, okay, he's not won everything, but he's been doing that. He's been in loads of these matches where they're races to 4, and he's been like 2-0 and 3-0 behind and come back and won them all. Oh dear. Well, Bill, here's another gift. I mean, it's not hanging the 10 ball, but he's hung the 5, and all these balls are available. Is Whiskey going to be able to hold himself together? Immediately he's gone wrong because he's gone dead straight in the 6. He wants to be able to get that cue ball out of there. Now he can't. He can only draw. And immediately it's gone wrong. Because even if he does play the cut in the 7 from there, he's not going to have anything simple in the 9. He should just be cutting this 7 and letting the cue ball come across the other side of the table. Not the 9, the 8, sorry. Well, he needs to hit that a lot harder if he's going to get back across. So he's won it in the black. There you go. Well, yes, he's outmatched, but you know, here, Pig, if you'd watched this for the start, he's not shown any semblance of any thought really in what he's up to. And that's another reason why it's going to be 10-0. You know, he's just not got any inkling of strategy about him at all. Which fits into my one-dimensional category, big time. Well, this is the one that could end up giving Whiskey the gift. Bill going for the cut in the 9, the cue ball, we know where it's tracking. And Bill... Oh dear. Sharp intake of breath there for Bill. Because that was the only way, as I said, that Whiskey's going to win one of these. Well, he's one of these players that, first of all, he's decided himself he's got no chance of winning. The second thing he decided is, if I see a ball, I'm going to try and pot it and just try and stay at the table. Regardless of how to get to the next ball, he's just hitting, potting it, and if it gets a shot in the next ball, fine, and if it doesn't, then he'll just do something daft. Now, the thing about that is Whiskey's not a newcomer to Virtual Pool. You know, he was around in VP3, so it looks as if he's not actually absorbed anything at all to improve his game. And, you know, being in this tournament, Steve would say, you know, that's good enough that he's in the tournament, but is he taking away anything? Is he learning anything? Is he going to learn anything about this match today? I don't think so. And he's the ideal type of player that wants to watch some of the live streams and try and listen to some of the stuff that's going on and try and have a strategy, at least a thinking process. There's no evidence of that at all. But here we are with a table that is good. How's he got in this 5? Well, he's got half a pocket, basically, and as long as he watches the pace. Yeah, he's overcut it, and Bill's on the 5. Well, that's the thing, you know, players, you know, you watch some players, you say, well, you know, so-and-so's improved over the last year or two, but, you know, Whiskey, as I say, is predominantly a snooker player, and, you know, if you've played snooker, then you're playing a lot of similar shots in technique. I mean, the techniques are the same regardless of the size of the table of the game. Controlling the cue ball, checking the cue ball on the rail, sending it the right direction, all of that stuff. But he hasn't brought anything that suggests he's learning anything about snooker. Well, Bill's being sympathetic in that response. I would have said, well, my answer would be, well, not when you're playing the shitty way you're playing. You know, you've got to be something better than this. I think Stubbs up in about 15 minutes. Welcome, guys. I mean, I would have put it a bit more succinct than Bill. Bill's being diplomatic. Well, I'll say it as I've always said it. I'll say it as I see it. You know, whether you agree or you disagree, that's fine. But you know, when you see something that's shit, then there's only one description of it. There's not a better definition of shit when you see it. But here's a player that definitely should be watching how others are playing. Whether he watches a live stream's nothing to do with it. I mean, if he watches matches and watches some of the better players playing, then he has to ask a question. What's this guy doing with this cue ball? You know. Oh, Stubb in an hour, is it? Who's up next then? This sounds like a bloody Abbott and Costello sketch. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third. That's what I'm asking. Who's on first? Yes. Well, you're not going to tell me who's on first? Yes. Cobra and Baxter. What the hell's happened here? Oh, wait a minute. Why is this messed up like this? Am I reading that wrong? Let me get out my chair. I was thinking that said 8 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. It's Cobra and Baxter at 6. And then it's Jose and Stubb. Right, I've got it now. It's that red text I can't read, and Steve actually improved it slightly, but it's still not a good contrast for my eyes with that background colour. That's why it should have a high contrast background. That way the partially sighted people like me could bloody see it better. Welcome to Lard. Well, it's that as well, but the better contrast in the background would be better for my eyes. So Bill's 2 racks away. There is 13 minutes to go, and I think this should be over in time. I'm going to hedge my bets and say it will be. And the thing is, in this whole match, Whiskey's not had a 10 ball to win a rack. He's never got that far. So what does that tell you? I mean, you know, had he got to a 10 ball and missed a 10 ball, then at least he had a shot at a 10 ball, but he's not even had a sniff at a 10 ball. Now, he's called a 7. Did he call it into the corner? If he did, what a shot. Well, he's only got him get himself out here. It's a tough ask, but that's the shot of the day in this match. And here you go. Has he got the legs for the 9? Has he got the legs for the 9? He's got on it. Now, this just needs a little sort of diggy stun to come back up the right side. I'd be just jabbing this in to come up the right side. See, he's chickened out. Now he's hoping he's lucky. And he ain't. So, now this is the first time in the match he's got a 10 ball for a rack. And he's called the bank. No, I didn't think he had the right line. And of course he's going to gift it to Bill like that. Well, at least he got there. He got there with a kick. Called the cut in the 7, got the kick on it, got it in and gave himself a chance. So fair play, he got that far. So Bill on the hill. And we are well within the time for the next match. 10 minutes to go. And once again, Whiskey has a ball this time in the break, I think. 2 balls gone. Now the cue ball is going to run into the 6, I think, or near enough it. No, he's missed it. Got a bump in the 3, still got a shot. Well, is he going to go out in a blaze of glory here? And again, trying to be holding for the 4, and he's overcut the 3. So, Bill's problem is how does he deal with the 6 ball? Now, he cut something very similar to this 6 ball in earlier on in the match, right into the side pocket. So, if he wants to try and get down the bottom of the table here, at worst, he'll have a cut up the table. So, is he going to leave it for the noise? Trying to get across. So, do you try and drop that in dead weight? Because there's 7 cuts past the 9. Or do you play it up table? No, he's cut it in. he needs to hold up here. Well, he should have hung off to Bill's ran the table. Now, forward and back up the table as far as you want. So it's all too easy and comfortable for Bill. That's the type of match he wants after his first match disaster that he had. A nice easy ride. So Bill comfortably survives by, as I predicted very early on, 13 racks to nil. So, well, we know that Bill's going to have a weight, so we don't need to check where Bill is in the bracket. We've already done that. That wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't. I wanted the schedule. So, of course, we have overlaps. Well, fortunately, we didn't have one in the first match because Bill's got the job done. But we've got Cobra and Bankster coming up now. Bankster's a different proposition because he can pop balls. The only problem is he ain't getting a handicap in this. But he's got to play sensibly against Cobra. And he should certainly be winning a few racks off him. Jose and Stubb, well, Jose's biggest downfall is the fact he's going to be in potting mode, trying to pot everything. He's got to come up with a strategy to try and frustrate Stubb. If he doesn't, he's just going to play into his hands. And that's not going to be good for him at the end of it. So, Cobra and Bankster, winner's side match, that'll be a round 2 match, is it? Or a round 3? In fact, where is it? Oh, there we are, round 2 match between Cobra and Bankster. And then we've got Stubb and Jose. Well, Bill, I predicted the match score within the first 2 racks. He made it all too easy for you. Right, here we go. We've got Cobra on the right, Bankster on the left. And Cobra's under hit that big time. Bankster wins the lag. So race to 17. And Jose has arrived online, maybe going to get some practice in. 2 ball goes in. And no shot in the 1. Now he can nick this and come back across. Well, he hasn't. I think he should have nicked that and come back across the other side. But it might not be too bad at the end of it when you look at how much Cobra's got here. Well, good evening to Jose. Now you better play with a bit of strategy later on, Jose. I'm expecting good thinking when you're playing, no numpty stuff. And that's an excellent hit. In fact, it's an excellent shot at the end of the day as far as he's left nothing, but he's going to be buried like that again. Now, if only Whiskey was doing stuff like this, he would have been much better prospects of getting on the board. And this is the kind of thing Bankster needs to be doing at the right time. Again, a good hit from Cobra. Of course, the table's not a table you're going to run out, simply where the 4 ball's sitting. The 3 ball is handy to get some sort of bump if it comes to it. And he's going to have to run forward. He's going to have to run forward. Or does he think he can get that 4? Oh, he can. Yes, he can. But how does he get out of there, though? It needs to spin. It needs to keep going. That is well done. So, the only other stumbling block might be the 8 ball. Let's have a quick look at that. Yep, that 8 ball isn't going in. It needs to keep rolling. It needs to go beyond the 8 if he was going to try. I don't know that he actually played for the combo. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But, you know, you cut that 8 big time to make the cut on the 9, and the 8 maybe takes something of the 10 ball, but depending on the pace, it will finish over here somewhere. Well, it's actually hit all of the 10 ball. So it's off the rail, and he really should be getting this in. It's just a question of whether he'll be good on the 10 ball when he comes up and down the table. And he's not able to get it done. And it's not got the legs to knock it in at the second attempt. So that's how close it can be. Baxter within 2 balls of getting first blood there. And it's all going to be to no avail. And of course, Cobra has stolen that off Baxter's brake, and he now brakes in rack 2. Alternate brake, remember. Well, corner ball, I think it was a corner ball, flew in. And that was the 3 ball. He's on the 1, the 2's handy, the 4's available. He can get around and possibly, at worst, bump the 10 ball to hold on to the 5, or maybe just stay in the middle of the table on the 5. Because the 6 ball is very handy as well, so let's see what he does off this 4 ball, whether he wants to use the 10 ball, or it all depends on how he finishes on it. It could be that he might end up having to use the 10 ball. Just depends what the angle is he's leaving on the 4. Well, from that line, he's either decided he's playing the bank, but the cut's now a bit thin. So now he might be hoping to hit something here. Or he could try and come through the gap and just let the cue ball run. No, he's playing it soft just to stay into that area. Round about there, that's perfect. It was either going to be he was able to play what he just played, or he would have had to use like the 10 ball, so it's worked out perfect. I'm sure he can hold for this 6 ball. Or is he going to have to run across and maybe bump the 9? Let's have a look. Well, he could maybe... What's he trying to do? Is he trying to bump the 9? Is he just checking it a wee bit in the rail? Trying to come over this side. He's done it perfect again, although slightly the wrong side of the 6. Right, this is annoying. Yeah, just tell him to... well, I don't know whether Simon's going to be there, but if not, I don't know whether Steve's there. He said he might be on later for the next match, but he didn't say he was going to be around here. But he's going to just keep doing that. Come in and do it and run away, hoping he doesn't get caught. So, a bit of a test in the 9 ball. And it goes clean. So 2-0 to Cobra. Well, this definitely shouldn't be 17-0. No way on earth should it be that sort of score. But Cobra's... not Cobra, Bankster's brake working this time. And the 10 ball having gone in comes back up. And this this run out is going to be very much determined on how Bankster is going to get off this 4 ball onto the 5, because then it's whether he can manoeuvre the cue ball to have a shot at the 6. And the 5 ball's now, and if anything, it's become more awkward because he can only cut the 4 and go across the table. And if he's going to come back across, he has to get past that 9 ball. And he hasn't got the first part of the job done. Got the second part done. Got on the 5, but couldn't pot the 4. So chances like that come and go so quickly. And you've got to start taking them, Bankster, or it could end up embarrassing. Because this just plays into Cobra's hands. You know, he's not having to do anything other than bide his time and waiting on you making the expected mistake each time. And of course that's the right shot. Although the cue ball should have been tighter on the 10, because that then can take away a rail. Good afternoon, or good early evening to Bedhead. So Bankster had his chance in the first rack, failed to deliver. Had a chance in this rack, failed on that. And now Cobra, with his safety, has created the opportunity from ball in hand to take a 3-0 lead. Loads of room on the right side. The only way this will go disastrously wrong is if he goes anywhere near the side pocket. And he really shouldn't be, though. And he's made sure of that. Loads of room again. This looks maybe a bit straight. Let's have a look at the angle. Yeah, well, he can pinch a bit of this. He can still stun to the right here if he wants. But he's just going to leave it long because he can kill it. That's the more sensible shot. So now it goes to 3-0. And again, this of course on Bankster's break. I bet you that was created with AI, that picture. That's an AI picture. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. You can go onto the AI websites and type in your description of the picture and it'll come up with something like that. I don't think Stubbs seen that picture yet. I mean, Stubbs been in and out of the room twice already, and he probably hasn't even noticed the picture. Well, Bankster's going to be hampered over the 4 ball. Oh, is it? I never read it. I don't bother reading Stubbs chat anymore. I just see a row of text and I don't really read it. That bomb's going to explode. All right. So I did notice it then. I didn't notice that he'd noticed. Oh, that bump in the 4 hasn't helped Bankster. I think if he hadn't bumped that 4, Cobra was in a spot of bother. Now, Cobra could get a bit crazy here if he wants to do something daft. Because he could have tried to come down and bump the 9 and 10 there, with the unlikely outcome that he wouldn't have a shot in the 4, because the 4's right over the pocket. We'll see whether that choice is going to work out, because he could have had a blast there and just tried to bump the 9 and 10. It was a bit of a silly shot, but you see, now he's tried to do it off the 4 and it hasn't worked out. And if he'd maybe taken that first strategy, he would have maybe possibly had 2 goes at doing it. Now he's had 1 and he's failed. He's brought the 6 into play, but he's still got to get. If he's just going to leave them the way they are, then he pots the 7, plays the 8 wherever he's playing it, and drops top side of the 9. That's the obvious shot, which is probably what he's going to do now. No, that's 6. That's 6. Well, it would have went down into the corner pocket here, but that wasn't his intention. I don't believe his intention was to draw into the 6 ball and bring it into play. I don't think that's what he was trying. Well, what I said earlier there, Coldest Pillow, is that image is something that may well have been created by AI. If you type in a description of the picture you want, the AI will come up with something like that. Well, it's as described. Well, he hasn't really got right in behind it. He may well be taking a chip off the 10 ball, cutting this, but he should still be fine. Welcome to Hazard. And it's 4-0 to Cobra. Now, I don't know whether Steve's in Discord or not. I'll just tab out while this goes in. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, you missed the first match with Bill and Whiskey, and my prediction came true. Bill won 13-0, and I said at the beginning of this match that there's no way this should be 17-0. Bankster's had his chances, especially in the first rack, and right now it's 4-0 to Cobra. And Cobra Cobra's not put a foot wrong yet.
I'll say this about playing 10 ball. There's a huge difference between 10 ball and 9 ball. In being able to run out. You know, I mean, for starters, there's no luck. Well, there's some luck, but there's not. You can't shit balls in and get away with it. Another thing is that extra ball, the table's much more difficult to run out. The break's harder. You don't make as many balls. This is like not that unusual a table for 10 ball, what you're looking at now. And guess what? Bankster probably can't run this out. You know, he's going to make a mistake with the cue ball. Whereas a guy like Cobra, you know, he's at a high enough level. He can run this out. He could. Yeah, there we go. If he doesn't, he's going to play safe. I mean, it's all about controlling the table. And it's easier to control the table in 10 ball if you're a good player than it is in 9 ball. You know, this is why in real life, you know, a guy like Dennis Okoye or you know, Carlo Beato or one of those guys might offer me the 7 out. and I don't have to like it. You think, well, guy, you got three balls, and you know, you're a good player. You should be able to win at that. Well, guess what? When you don't get chances, it's real tough. So if one of these good players like Cobra or Albin, let's see, who else is like that? Who's the third guy that's been playing really good? Anyhow, if one of the really good players plays super strong,
Matt, fast steady.
Well, you know, those guys are going to make more mistakes. I don't think they're capable of playing a really mistake-free round. I mean, they're good players, but if you go up against a guy that just like he doesn't miss a ball, you know, and maybe plays a bad safety, so he's made like one mistake the whole match, you're going to get drilled if you don't step up and perform when you get a chance. And if the guy is playing well, the only time you're going to get a chance is on the break. Either he breaks dry or it's your break.
Well, the example of how Bill and Whiskey's match went, Bill really didn't have to do anything because Whiskey had no semblance of a strategy whatsoever other than trying to pop balls.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't.
Bill's a good player.
He didn't duck. Bill had no pressure on him. It was all comfortable.
Yeah, Bill's a good player. I don't think he's the kind of player that's going to, you know, only make one or two mistakes in a whole match. But he's certainly the kind of player that if he plays good, maybe it's 5 or 6. And, you know, against a lower level player, 5 or 6 is not very many. 5 or 6 against Cobra, you know, you can lose with that, even though that's really a good plan. It's all relative to who you're going to be up against.
By the way, Steve, Stubbs been doing this all the last match and this match, where he's coming in, blabbing text, and then bailing out. He's been doing it in 2 matches so far.
That's an easy fix.
So getting them fixed will deal with that issue. Well, that's a gentle fix, that one. That's the lenient Steve fix.
Well, he's supposed to play at 2:00, right?
Yeah.
So now he's going to be freaking out. The Facebook messages are just going to start coming.
Have you seen Cobra's picture, by the way? I don't think you've seen that one before.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's what AI does for you. You just go on AI, type in your paragraph of what you want as a description of the picture, and it will come up with various choices, and you pick the one you like.
How long is it going to take for the Facebook messages to start?
Oh, well, I haven't had anything so far.
Oh, it's going to start.
He can play now then. Jose is getting worried. Don't worry, Jose. Stub will be panicking in a little bit. The messages will be flying in.
Yep, there comes the first Facebook message. It didn't take long.
Yeah. He's going to be sweating. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here, I've got one as well. Wait a minute. In fact, I've got 2. Let me just see what it says. He says, BS, you bastards. Let me in, K. Oh, I tell you, it's funny. There'll be a whole pile of them coming in. You watch.
Oh yeah, it's going to be non-stop messaging.
And the worst thing about it is for him is he's going to get no reply, no response whatsoever.
Uh-oh, watch out.
Oh dear.
You know, he's trying to slide that across, and really, that's a pretty bad mistake. because you got to miss that. You got to hit that firm because you don't have much angle, but you got to like really overcut that or hit it way too hard to have this happen because he had a lot of room there. I mean, that kind of slide over shot is a very controlled kind of shot. That's a
Well, after 5 racks, that's his first big mistake.
Yeah, that was a real no-no there. Because you can be short of the 4 ball and still come across for the 5. There's no reason to try to get really straight or anything. And he's going to miss the kick shot. Yeah, that was a brain fart there. That's just not. That's just really not a very good play. I mean, that happens in pool, but it's super hard not to mess up ever.
Well, here's a chance for Bankster to mess up, getting from the 5 somewhere good on this 6 ball.
But I'll say this about VP. There's some things in VP that are harder than real life, and I keep hearing about this and that from the players. But real life pool is way harder because you have a stroke that's not anywhere near as good as what you get in VP, and
This is good.
You have to learn how to manage that. If I gave you some of the things that I practice in real life and put them on VP, they'd be pretty easy in VP compared to real life.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stroke drills I do. There's a lot of stuff in VP that is beneficial over real life.
Oh, Stubbs come into the stream because I unbanned Stubb. Now he's into the stream. I hope you're listening, Stubb. That's bye-bye for another tournament. Hey, you'll learn your lesson. Well, there we go. Bankster's off the mark. And of course, it came from the mistake from Cobra, so he's been punished justifiably.
Well, I think real life is way harder than virtual pool. I mean, way harder. I mean, developing a reliable stroke that has power and accuracy is very difficult thing to do.
The picture's beginning to annoy Stubb, I see. Now, you talking about the 3D aspect of real life pool to how you're playing in the virtual pool here, Pig?
The visual in VP is a little harder. You don't have the same spatial awareness.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 things. There's the spatial awareness and then the projection. So you have to use some other tricks on VP to understand the angle. But I still maintain that, a lot of the shots that people say are hard in VP are not as hard as they think. Well, like balls close together.
Dear.
Let me tell you something. Most people in real life have trouble with balls close together. But you got to know how to look at them. And how do I know this? Well, my mentor almost never misses when balls are close together. And a lot of people have trouble with that. So you go, well, why can he do it and other people don't? Well, because he knows how to do it.
I think you hear Pigs in a little dig.
I've played enough VP. If I wanted to get good at VP and spend the time, I could get a lot better at it.
Well, this isn't finished good for Cobra because he was wanting to just drop dead on that 4 ball where he is. But he's having to come across. Very well played, although he's going to be running into stuff.
I've always had trouble with speed in VP. When I got to the point where I was playing more and I was pocketing balls good, I've always had trouble with speed, and you go, okay, well, speed's harder than VP. Well, I don't say that. I say I have trouble with it because I watch guys play VP that have great ball speed. I watched Alvin play a match in this 10-ball thing. His ball speed was unbelievable. So it's not VP that VP, you can't control the ball speed, just because I can. I say I can't control the ball speed. And, yeah, there's things that are harder, but you got to look at what other players are doing, what they do well, what they don't. I mean, Albin's ball speed's great. Most of the good players on VP have good ball speed. Albin's is beyond good. I mean, his ball speed would be good for a pro in real life.
Well, the 7 goes either side, so there's not a problem, and that is going to be a problem. He's going to have to run up and down, isn't he? Or is he?
He could soft draw it, but up and down's probably a better choice.
Do you want to soft draw it and come up this direction and leave the cut?
Me personally, I would go into the long rail above the side pocket with a little bit of left English and come back down on to kind of the area he's in now.
There's a little dispute here going on in the chat, Steve, because when you've kicked him for an hour, you didn't give him a reason why you kicked him. Stubbs a bit concerned because apparently he thinks he's been kicked for no reason. You've got to write a reason, or he doesn't understand. This is what people were learning.
I've told him the reason so many times. Spam. I've told him the reason so many times. I'm tired of saying spam. I didn't want to spend effort typing it.
This is going to end up probably safe. I think Cobra's got away with this big time.
But really, the biggest thing I see in VP of the best players is that they're still making a lot of bad decisions. They don't kick particularly well, and I know the visual's harder to kick, but again, that's something you practice. They don't make good decisions pushing out. All I have to do is watch a pro in real life. Watch what they do when they get in situations where they got to push out or kick at balls. And if you think kicking at balls and pushing out decisions are easy in real life, you haven't played that much real life pool.
Have you looked at the bracket yet, Stubb, to see who you're sort of lined up to your possible opponents will be in the future? Have you checked that out yet? Because you've got more time to practice now. Well, here we go. Who's going to make the mistake? Does he get refunded the $V?
I'll tell you one thing that I struggle with in VP is I can't play it like I do in real life, because in real life I move my Q-tip through the ball. So I don't line up and go just straight with the Q-tip. I move through the ball. You can't do that in VP. And that sort of throws me for a loop, because the way I connect and aim balls is not compatible with what you can do in VP.
Well, sooner or later a bank's going to come up, and that's.
He's going to shoot this.
Yeah,
I can't believe he's not going to shoot this.
It's not a great safety by Cobra, but he's put the bait out, and he's given Bankster the opportunity here to dig one out, and that's very well done.
Yep, that was perfect.
So at the end of it, we've had 2 mistakes, notable mistakes from Cobra, and they're both going to cost him racks, and that's the difference in this match to the match that we saw with Bill and Whiskey earlier on. Whiskey just could not, he wasn't up to it at all. So 5-2, Cobra breaking.
Yeah, Cobra's, I don't know what's going on with him. He's made a few mistakes here lately that, little uncharacteristics. I mean, his safety game's never been great, but
9 in the side, no shot in the 1.
let's see what he pushes out to.
He'll probably sink the 10.
Why?
Well, he might do that. I don't know that he can play anywhere where he's not offense.
I'd be pushing out to a kick here. I mean,
well, what you talking about? Just pushing in behind the 6 ball or something along the short rail here, and leaving a kick.
You
could
push out to a long rail kick. You could push out, off the end rail. I mean, the long rail kick's safer to push out to because trying to push out for a short rail kick's tough speed wise.
I'm talking about something like that where you're covering the 1.
See, this is a terrible push out. And this is what I'm talking about is guys just don't, this is the simplest safety in the world to bump this 1 ball and put the cue behind the 5. I mean,
yeah, you'll just drop the dead weight.
Unless you think you're playing a total idiot, you're not going to get away with that.
Banks, he's not looking at that at all.
You've got other options here too. There's other safeties, but that's the simple one.
If you trust your mouse, then you would simply just drop the cue ball dead behind a 5.
The thing is, if you're playing in a match against, if Cobra's playing Albin and he does this, he could lose the whole match from this 1 shot. If
he's calling the 10 ball here.
Yeah, that's a silly shot.
And he's going to get away with it.
Yeah. See, in that rule modification we were talking about before, Cobra will be able to give this back to Bankster.
Mm-hmm.
Because he missed the ball. That was well played there.
We'll do it.
That's how you want to play that shot. Most of the time when, there's no good cover, is just slow roll on top of it.
Well, Bankster pushing the boat out again here, calling the 10. Again, I don't know whether Bankster's aware of the rule. Because I think this is their first match, and Bankster's probably desperate to play this combo in the 10 and then find out the 10 ball's going to come up, and then he's going to be shocked.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, this is a community players talk. I would think everybody would know this.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
And that was a well-played shot. I mean, Cobra has gotten better at safeties. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's no doubt he's practiced them and gotten better.
Now, he should be calling the 10 again here if he's trying to spin this down onto the 1.
Yeah, and this is doable. Or the 1 is, you can come off the long rail too, so it's nice. I think he ought to hit this pretty much max. The speed's going to make a big difference on the angle it comes back.
I think he's going to have to jack up a bit. Oh no, he's played it perfect.
No, you didn't need to jack up on that one. Oh, right. He didn't need to make that 1 ball too, though. That hurts.
Now there you go. There's a question mark. I told you. Now he's wanting an explanation. I'll give him an explanation. Oh dear. I knew fine well he wouldn't have realised that. I knew fine well. So now he's gutted. Not only from the fact that he's potted the 10.
Well, if the 1 ball would have stayed up, it would have helped.
Yeah, he's now hooked.
How he's like.
So that's painful. It's going to be even more painful in a minute once Cobra gets done here. But that's the simplicity of the explanation of the rule. 10 ball is the last ball. Regardless of what you do legally during the rack, 10 ball is the last ball. Whatever you do legally, the 10 ball comes up and it won't go down until it's the last ball. Doesn't want to run into the 6. Well, he's got away with it, but that could have gone pear-shaped.
Yeah, this match is going to be a slaughter. Cobra's lucky to, I mean, Bankster's lucky to have 2 right now.
Well, he's just going to get into the heart of the table here. As far as over to the left as he dare. That's fine, because he can go forward. He might check it a bit. He might not even need to. If he wants to just open the angle to the 10. I don't think he is. He's just running plain ball. I think it's going to run the line he wants. Well, he's come back the other side. I think I would have went forward there with that shot. Okay, he might be comfortable enough with this, but I think he would have had a shallower angle if he went right side and let it run out. But this is the result of Bankster's earlier combo on the 10, and then the 1 going in ended up hooked. And then Cobra did the rest. So 6-2. And when's that match start? Is it 15 minutes away? That's 6:45. Or when's it due to start anyway? 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock, sorry. I'm still expecting a bit more from Bankster though. I think he's a lot more than 2 racks.
He should get more than 2 racks. I mean, he's certainly capable of running a lot of balls, but again, with a full rack on the table, 9 or 10 balls, I think he's going to struggle. And here's Cobra playing safe. And I'll say this about most of the VP play. Guys, you know, getting these challenge rooms and stuff, and they're just trying to run out every time and not playing safe. And you get in that mode and you don't get practice of kicking. And I mean, this is what you should be doing to people. You should just be making them kick at balls and trying to get ball in hand. I mean, you've got to be able to hit that ball. Mm-hmm. I mean, the first time I ever played Josh Roberts, I had 2 kicks like that, 2 3-rail kicks. And I've been playing a lot on gold crowns and, on diamonds. And we're playing on gold crowns, and the rails are different. And you know, I missed both kicks close. You know, they're kicks that normally I would at least hit the ball, even if I didn't kick safe. And, you know, the rails played a little different. You know, diamonds bank shorter than the gold crowns. And that was the only 2 mistakes I made the whole match. I didn't miss a ball, and I got drilled. So Kicking's super important when you're not getting chances. So here goes Cobra doing silly things again. He already did this earlier today. He made a numpty mistake.
I'm just actually on my phone to Google Translate. I'm trying to type something so Jose understands.
This is a good way to kick because he could get safe here. And he did not. It's hard to play a match where, you know, you're the big favorite and stuff. It's hard to play with the same intensity. But you have to at least try to play the same way, make the same decisions. Don't, you know, play loose and crazy. And I think Cobra's doing that, but he's having some execution problems here. And that a lot of times just comes down to lack of motivation in a match where you feel like you can't lose it. Well, that was a pretty good attempt, but it's not going to go down. And
Right, there you go.
I expect Cobra's going to run out from here. The rest of this table isn't too bad.
There's Google Translate in Spanish to Jose. Hopefully, still watching.
What's it say?
I can't remember. I said, "Don't worry, match will go ahead."
Oh, Stubbs already unbanned.
Well, I should correct that by saying he does understand Google Spanish because that could be a bit loopy.
Yeah, and the reason why I say he's going to run this out is that, you know, the 5, 6, 7, the way they're sitting, you know, the 7 could be problematic depending on how you get. And he just ended up getting funny on this. But, you know, the 5, 6 combo and the 5 ball is going to sit right there. He's going to have to pound this to get it back over. He may just take it there. Yeah. So this is still fine. He can run into the 10 ball. It's not the preferred place to shoot the combo from, but he's fine. But Cobra does one of the things that good players do. He's able to work out how to get out on the rack. You know, even if he gets out of line, he's able to work out how he's going to get out.
Yes, go into the room, Jose, when the room goes up. So 7-2. It's running away rapidly here for Bankster.
So we'll be complaining I didn't get any warm-ups. You know, the thing is he never warms up anyways. He shows up at the last second and that's it.
So I finished work today, and for those of you who don't know, my watch was needing the capacitor replaced, which was going to cost me £65. It was handed in a week before Christmas, and
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know what a capacitor costs?
Probably,
I mean, a the capacitor probably costs 25 cents. That's ridiculous.
I can believe it, yeah, because it's been obviously the handling charges, the shipping to where, I don't know whether I had to get sent to Casio, probably did.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
And the guy said, I'll send you a text when it comes back. So anyway, I finished work at 9:45 this morning. I did a little bit of shopping before I went to the car, and I was in the car by 10 o'clock. Now, my phone has what the hell is it? I don't use my airtime on the phone. I have it on Wi-Fi when I'm in the store. So anyway, to cut a long story short, I got home and had something to eat and whatever. Switched on my phone, and did I not have a text message that came in at 10 o'clock this morning? So I was actually in the car at 10 o'clock, ready to go home, and I had a text. Now, where my watch is only 5 yards from the front door of the store. I could have gone and got it before I got home. So now I've got 2 days off. I think I'll drive up tomorrow and get it, because I feel naked without a watch. And that'll cost me.
And that's no good. So he's just going to play. The simple safe is to cut off the right side of the ball. And I think that's what he'll do. The left side of the ball is a little tricky because you got to spin it. I think he'll just come off the right side of the ball here.
Are you saying that some Tesco's... Where is it you live?
Oh, that was terrible.
Where do you live, CP?
You still needed to hit that kind of thin. I mean, he put a lot of speed on it. That was no good.
Are you telling me that some Tesco's down south have got a Greggs in them? Because I'll tell you something. We had a hot deli, which it used to do, chicken drumsticks, deep fried chicken. It had, loads of good chicken and stuff, and they got rid of it.
I don't know if you can hit the one first off the edge of it. He's playing the other way, so.
And guess what they put in? Guess what they put in instead of the hot deli? They took that out and put in a stinking, and I say stinking, sushi bar. I see in the morning when they're making up the sushi, the place reeks, so it does.
Mm-hmm. Sushi shouldn't.
Oh, this place! Oh no, it stinks. I mean, it's horrible when they're mixing the stuff up and doing whatever the hell they do.
Oh no, they're probably cooking stuff because
I don't know what the hell they're doing. But anyway, I said at the time, I said, I hope this place dies within 6 months and they shut it down and put a Greggs or put a McDonald's in at least. I mean, anything's better than the smell that comes from that place.
Oh man, a guy that eats lamb organs is complaining about eating raw fish.
Oh,
come on.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it. No, the smell's enough to put you off. The smell that's going on.
You think the smell of organs is good?
Well, I tell you something, Steve. Here's something I haven't said. Do you know that 3 times while this sushi bar is warming up in the morning, whenever the guys come in and doing the prep, do you know that our whole fire alarm system is kicked off, and it has done 3 times because of this sushi bar, and we're all out in the car park in the pissing rain.
That's because of some sushi bar in Scotland, and they're doing a lot of fried food or something. I mean, because sushi itself is all raw. There's no like big stinky smells. They're cooking stuff.
Oh well, it's horrible. Anyway, I would much rather. I'm wondering
if I'm gonna lose power or not. There's a good chance that I'm not gonna make it through these streams because
you got a big storm coming.
Yeah, we got a pretty good line of nasty stuff coming at us right now.
Well, that's what you get from staying in that part of the world. You deserve it.
I just heard the first
the first rumble.
First thunder.
Are you sure that isn't your stomach, Steve? Are you sure you need to maybe deal with something?
There's a pretty nasty looking line of
and now that I mention
it, at us.
I haven't had a chance to annoy Steve yet. I'm about to annoy him, guys. Just watch this. Just watch this. Now, there you go.
Oh God.
Better out than in. Right. I've always wanted to do that. South
Speaking
Carolina.
of that, have you ever heard the English skit? It's an old skit from the 70s, the farting contest, where they have a farting post.
No.
Oh, please. I'm going to have to find that for you because that's just a classic.
5 inches of rain since midnight. Good God, Billy. I'm surprised you haven't built an ark.
Yeah, we haven't got that here. And we're not going to get anywhere near that. We just got a pretty major line of thunderstorms coming at us.
Well, this looks fairly simple. Just a little dink in the 9 across for the 10 for 8-2.
And unfortunately, the power is not very reliable where I live. We lose power all the time.
We're 2 minutes away from the match between Stubb and Jose, so I'll leave it up to you guys what you want to do. Steve needs to learn to surf. What?
Well, Stubb didn't ever come back, so.
Oh, he'll be back in. I think he's just waiting in a message. Where is he? It's the wrong bloody thing I'm using there. Hang on. Right. I'll get a hold of him. He'll be in a minute. I've just sent him a message. Aye, that's what I was saying. I'll give you the choice, guys. Do you want to stay and watch the end of this bloodbath? Or do you want to move over and see another bloodbath between Jose and Bill? Jose and, what's his name? Stubb. Not Bill. I apologise for that, Bill.
I don't know what's going on with Cobra, but he's really not played very well this match. Not up to his standard.
Well, it's like I say, a lot of times he hasn't, he's not really had to. He just need to go through the motions and when there's not a great deal coming back at you, that's all you can do and just get the job done.
Well, we might as well wait on the Stubb match till Stubb shows up because he'll do his normal and wait at least 5 minutes. And he's still not back online, so he's being Stubb.
Now, either he's taking it very seriously and he's quit, or he's just ignoring the messages and going to hang off and come in at the last second.
I didn't send him any messages.
Well, I sent him one, so you can't say he wasn't told. So 9-2 to Cobra, and Cobra's brakes dry. So
yeah, I'm really surprised how few runouts we've had in this 10-ball tournament, and it just shows you how hard 10-ball is to run out. Because
that's a good shot.
You hear heard a lot of players complaining about the brake, even after I tightened up the rack a little more. But if you look at the brake percentages, guys are braking like 60%, a number of them, and they're getting like one run out for a race to 17, 1 or 2 runouts. So, if you're making 60 balls on 60% of your brakes, that means you're probably getting, at least 10 chances and maybe 15 chances to break.
That's a
and
great
if you're
effort.
making 60% of them, then you're probably up at like 8 times that you could have run out, and guys aren't running out that much.
Well,
I don't know if it counts. I don't know if it counts a run out for the break if the other guy breaks dry and you run out. I thought it did. Does it do that?
I don't know. What are you asking us for, Steve?
Because you guys know better than me. I mean,
Larry
I
probably
don't
doesn't
remember
even
what
know.
I did. Larry would know. Larry always knows. Oh, Bill said separate stats for that.
Right,
Okay,
what time
so
is
yeah,
it?
there's break and run, and then there's runouts.
Right, so that other match should have started now, so we'll watch the end of this rack and then we'll bail out. And we'll just hope that Bankster can
They started.
finish the job.
Stubb got the break. Looks like he broke dry. Or he may have broken played safe because Jose's
Right.
kicking at a ball. Oh.
Well,
I don't know what happened at the beginning, but either Stubb played safe or
let's go in from the little eye thing.
Broke dry and Jose screwed up.
Right, let's go in there.
It's nice seeing somebody use the little eye thing. I bet a lot of people don't know about that. The internal browser has some features you don't get on the external.
Well, there's things in the internal browser that I don't like, Steve, and I've told you about them. You can't copy and paste.
There.
I would like to use it like a browser. I would like to paste stuff into the search window and find it. Like I would like to be able to just find and log into YouTube and have that set up. So copy paste is a thing I've always wanted in an internal browser, and in the lobby. Well, it works anyway, but you can't copy chat or copy text.
The next things on the agenda are black ball table fixes and ultimate pool, and the other thing was trying to do Honolulu without call shot, which I spent some time on the other day, and it's trickier than I thought it was going to be.
No, I don't want to use it. Why should I have to use the real browser, the external browser here, Pig, when we've got an internal browser that isn't fully functional?
Well, it's never going to be fully functional because it's restricted on some things on purpose what you can do. But I do agree that it would be nice to add that in. And I don't think it's that hard to do, but I'd have to look into it. I didn't think making Honolulu non-call shot was going to be hard, and then I found out there's some things in the code that assume the player's called the shot, so those have to change, and some of that's tricky. I'll give you the worst problem with it is let's say that you play a carom and or a billiard shot. Let's say you play a billiard shot and the first ball that you hit also banks in. So now you got a situation where you have made 2 balls legally.
Yeah, but the game doesn't know what one you called.
Well, here's what the big problem is that it doesn't matter because we're not playing call shot. The guy's supposed to miscall it, but the big problem is that the game doesn't know which ball to spot. It doesn't know which one was a valid shot. Right now they're both valid shots. I guess I could just pick one. Maybe that's the solution. I was thinking I was going to have to ask the user, but maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have to ask the player, because even if they make 4 balls in the shot and they're all legal shots, I just have to spot 3 balls. It doesn't matter which ball is spotted. Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's not going to be a problem.
I've never looked at that Chat GPT yet.
Oh yeah, I've used I've used it quite a bit. As a matter of fact, I was just writing a document yesterday, and I was using AI to help me write it. And the bottom line was it took me longer to write it using the AI than it did without it. I mean, it's I'm not saying the document will be better. You know, I'm not a great writer. So, you know, what I did was first I wrote it, then I used the tool to find punctuation mistakes and grammar mistakes and fixed all those. Then I said, you know what, this could be written better. So I rewrote some of it myself. Then I said, you know what, I'm going to use AI to help me rewrite it. So then you put the AI and you have the AI rewrite paragraphs for you. And then you find out that the AI didn't understand something. So everything the AI writes, you have to go back and review because
Yeah.
sometimes it gets it wrong. And, you know, then you're going back and forth, you know, rewriting this paragraph. And the bottom line is it took forever to do it. I think the document's probably pretty good, better than I would have written, but the effort level was too much.
Right. Well, Jose has this opportunity from scratch. He's got a good angle in the 6. All hinges on the shape on the 7 ball to get to that 8.
Watch this. See what Stubb had put in the chat.
Forces test. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, Jose likes to make it hard.
Yeah, this you have to jack up. This is basically like a Mass A draw.
You can try to
go. You can try to go with a lot of left English, or I'm sorry, right English, and go 3 rails. You can try that too. Actually, probably more like 4 rails. Yeah, see, he didn't get it jacked up enough. The other way might have been better, you know, trying to go around. It was going to be tough either way.
Don't. I mean, Steve reads that, he's going to have a cold sweat. One day Stubb will show up at Steve's house.
Stubb wants me to adopt him.
Right.
Talk about a nightmare.
You just roll on to the 8 ball.
Yeah, and I've never liked that play. See, that's not a good play.
See, that bounce and the angle that's there, the kick is on in that 8 ball, but Stubb's not interested.
That's not a good play. That's the right play, what Stubb just did.
No. Well, this is the snooker safety, where at worst you're going to leave a bank on.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Well, he's got to hit it harder than that, I think. Has he? That'll do.
That was a pretty good shot. That was a touchy shot.
Yeah.
I'd be trying to probably kick behind this 8 ball and stick the cue ball there. He's going to try to make it. I think he's going too far behind it, though. From the looks of where he's queuing it up. Yeah, see how far behind it he was? Mm-hmm. I would have played behind it on purpose and tried to kick the 8 up table and stop the cue ball there.
Yes, he is. He is on the East Coast. I remember, I couldn't remember the name of the city he's in.
I think he's in like Baltimore or Maryland, somewhere in Maryland, yeah.
Yeah, I found it on Google. I can't remember how I found it.
Hairpig says he probably lives closest to him.
Yeah, well, I'll pay a taxi fare. Go round to his house and smack him in the mouth for me. You know, you don't need to draw blood. Just give him a good slap.
He sent you an angry message. Why would he care if you recognize the room he was in? I mean, well, what's the big deal there? Unless it was something like, I recognized your dirty pie hole.
Well, I'm surprised that Stubb ended up doing that. He's got to run for cover here.
Who cares? I mean, maybe he's into conspiracy theories.
Called the bank.
I had Fantastic Fox going crazy on me with this conspiracy series about VP getting hacked and all this, and I'm like, no, it's not getting hacked. No. I mean, it's like...
Well, got to get up there for that 4 ball. The old VP4 escape route.
Well, he got there. This is a big kill shot here. He's not doing that. He's looking at going around the table. You got to hit this good if you're going to go around the table. I would be hitting a kill shot here probably in real life. He did. The 9-ball was a big problem, but he. Yeah, I think he overrolled that, but he's okay. I mean, this is just the kind of ball you can miss because you got to put some English on it to get around the corner here. Otherwise, you're probably too shallow. You got to spin this some, and he is. And that's well played. You know, like that kind of shot in real life is tricky because you got the ball on the rail and you're putting English on it. And if you hit down on that at all, the ball curves. So now you're trying to bring the tip up through the cue ball. I mean, that kind of shot in real life is a very tricky shot. Anytime you're on the rail putting English on it, you know, if you don't stroke it right, it's trouble.
Right, I'm going to do a quick tab here just to see what's happening in the other match.
Semi-Pro is back.
Cobra's 11-2 up, so Bankster's yet to win another rack.
Yeah, well, Cobra's playing better now that we're down. And that was not a real high-speed break Jose hit there. And he's got nothing. Oh, no, he's got something. I was thinking the 9-ball was the one. He's going to play the double kiss off the 5. It looks like it's sitting pretty good to come straight across. You know, it just depends on how much of the 2 he takes. Yep, there it is. Well played. This shot's a little tricky.
Well, I think he's going to take a big chunk of that 10-ball, is he not?
Well, you can drag it past the 10-ball,
yeah.
But, you know, you got to watch out for the 5. You go 2 rails running to the 5. He's going to draw this a lot. Yeah, he went for the big draw shot, but that was not controlled well. That shot was possible, you know, but that's a hard shot to shoot.
I'd never hit the edge of this 4-ball, but the edge is actually there, but I would never hit it.
You can see the edge. I mean, he doesn't have a lot. I mean, he can play 2 rails into the back, but I think that's a sellout. I'd probably try to hit this edge. Because this is a pretty safe shot. Oh boy, he got a lot of it. I don't think he'd get that much of it. The 4-ball moved a lot. Yeah. I thought he had a pretty good chance to get a hook with the 6 and 8, but the 4-ball really moved. The bell ender. He's on the bell end again.
So Stubbs got the same thing here with this 10-ball, and he can't avoid it.
Well, yeah, but this is you put left English on it and turn it into it and try to catch a lot of the 10-ball. You don't want to just catch a little. Yeah, that's what you want. You want a lot and kill it.
Well, that's left him the 7-10 combo. That's dead set.
Well, he's going to probably hit him right now because.
Well, does he want to? Because, you know, he's no guarantee he's going to have a decent shot like this.
The problem is it was a difficult shot to hit and get on the 6-ball without hitting him. I think that was the right choice there because it made the shot simple, and he knew he was going to get a shot on the 6.
Well, likewise with the 6, he's going to bump this 8-ball out the way he's playing this.
Yeah, I would be hitting a big kill shot. He's putting a little English on it. I wouldn't put any English on this. You just want to kill this and catch a piece of the 8. He's going for the blast.
Yeah,
and I don't really like that play because it's out of control, but it worked. He's okay here.
Well, this is Stubb at his best, potting balls from anywhere on the table.
I'd be playing this back around. This is this angle I would play into the long rail. See, I would have hit that harder and come around the corner there.
No man's land again.
because that was one you could control the line on. The line was natural coming to that long rail right where he did, but all he had to do is hit it with some speed and come around the corner. I mean, there was the side pocket is over there. I mean, but
And he's came up good.
He's out.
Now, I had a lovely dinner tonight.
Oh, was it a Chinese?
No, I had
an Indian.
Here's a question, Steve: have you ever had smoked haddock?
Oh yeah, smoked haddock's good.
Well, I had smoked haddock risotto tonight. Oh, it was lovely.
Oh yeah, I like risotto too.
It was beautiful.
And you made it yourself?
No, I didn't. Well, I did. It took me 5 minutes in the microwave.
It was a frozen meal?
No, it was chilled.
Okay, it was fresh but chilled.
It was from the Tesco's Finest range.
Okay.
And it was beautiful. Lovely big chunks of smoked haddock in it.
You call the 10 here and go 2 rails into the 1. The cue ball is going to run on a line down between the 2 and the 7 ball. So there's a good chance you could get safe. Well, he went straight into it.
And that's a missed call because something went into the side there.
Yeah. And I think Stubb will be out here. Oh boy, that's some big thunder. It's looking ugly outside. Well, if I go away, you know why. Katsu curry. I don't really like katsu that much.
I've had katsu curry before as well. Yeah, I mean it's not I wouldn't put it as an A-list thing in the menu.
Yeah, katsu's not my favorite thing. I love curry though. Well, all the warning sirens are going on. Spaghetti hoops? Do you mean SpaghettiOs? That's disgusting. SpaghettiOs is disgusting.
Spaghetti hoops and toast, yeah.
That is disgusting.
That's good for a quick snack.
Little Chef Boyardee. Yeah, he should leave angle on the 7. See, I would have left a little bit more angle, but he's okay. You go 2 rails around here. And he's going to get a little funny, but he can just... Now, actually, this is good. He can just follow straight forward.
You know what me and Mark were talking about? Steve-O. That is, we were talking about, was it Friday Night 9 Ball we were on? I can't remember, but you know what we were talking about then, Steve? Food-wise, we were talking about faggots.
Oh.
Yeah. He was asking me if I'd tried McBrain's faggots, which I have done, and they're lovely. We need to bring faggots to the States. Start a campaign.
Well, you're not gonna see me eating that crap. I don't like eating organs. If it's an organ, I pass.
Well, again, it's without reading into it, I can make a strong guess that it did come about from the poor people, where any offcuts of meat that are left, you don't waste it. You find a way to add flavours and spices to it and make it into a rather large meatball with gravy, and then it it's very palatable, and that's exactly what they are. You don't need to look at the ingredients to enjoy it. Oh, there's everything in it. Various spices.
It's not just sausages. It's a bunch of crap. It basically has all the offal in it.
Yeah.
So that kind of tells you, as soon as you get into the offal category, it's no good.
Don't try it until don't write it off till you've tried it.
I've had offal before. I don't like it.
I see the band. Yeah, I saw something on the TV about that. That's a first. Next thing they'll be banning. What do you call it? Bear bailing and all that stuff that goes on over in the parts of the world, because the Chinese are loopy about all that medicine stuff.
I'll eat Spam before I eat any of that stuff.
So Stubbs with a 4-1 lead. Jose with a good shot in the two. Now you've got the good shot in the two. Can you back the whole thing up here?
Yeah, I think Jose will be lucky if he gets the double figures in this match. I mean, Stubbs just got too much offense for him.
No, semi-pro, that's entirely wrong. You should never have pineapple in pizza. No, that's a no-no.
Well, the typical Hawaiian is pineapple and ham.
Yeah,
which I'm not into that.
No, I'm purely, all sorts of meat, spicy meat, anything like that, but no bloody.
Well, spicy meat, you might as well put jalapenos on it.
No, that then is painful, having jalapenos on it.
Well, see which side. I think he'll draw the inside of the 10. He's got enough pocket to do it. Yep. I mean, one thing Stubb does well is run out. He plays pretty good patterns. He's probably one of the best in VP at moving the ball around the table.
Now, you're not thinking this is Stubb when it's Jose at the table, are you, Steve?
Oh, it is Jose at the table. I was thinking Stubb. Well, Stubb wouldn't have done that.
No.
That wasn't good.
Yeah, pineapple on pizza is a crime. That's disgusting.
Well, anchovies is more disgusting.
Oh, that's even more disgusting. Yeah, I agree with you there. Oh, I mean, sticking fish.
I remember my buddy's dad ordered a pizza, and I get it, and I'm digging into it, and it's just tasting wonderful. I'm cruising along, and then I hit this thing. It was like hitting a nuclear bomb. My mouth just explodes.
Yeah, I know.
As soon as I hit an anchovy, I was like, this is disgusting. I was so happy till I hit one of those.
Well, Jose's got the job done this time. Tempting fate saying that, but I'm giving him it.
Yeah, Jose's a good player. It's just, the rating difference here, I think, is a little deceiving. I think Jose's doing good if he gets, 10 to 12 games.
See,
on Stubb.
I rate spicy food one sort of way. I mean, I like a chili. I like chilies, whether it be green chilies, red chilies. I like it if I'm eating something that's got chilies in it. I gauge it in uncomfortable level. If eating something becomes uncomfortable, i.e. the sweat's running down the crack of your arse, your throat is burning that you're going to drink milk, and it's unpleasant, then it's not enjoyable. So there's a fine balance between having peppers and chilies and enjoying it.
Boy.
And enjoying a little kick from it rather than something that would just blow your head off. I don't see the point in it.
When you miss a straight in ball.
Oh, there we go. Stubb giving it a blast. Well, billiard in the 6, is he?
Yeah, I think he will.
Wait a minute.
If you're going to shoot that, he's going
to have to come back first. I think he's gone.
Oh. If you're going to shoot this 2, you want to shoot it so that it comes off the back of the 7 and goes over by the other corner pocket. He could play the combo, but I don't think he will. It's a pretty thin cut, but I mean the combo's reasonable too. The cue ball is going to come off the back of the 7. The 2 ball should sit there pretty close.
The signs aren't good here. We could be having a 5-minute or more interlude here, the way this is shaping up.
Well, he promised me he was getting a new connection. I've told him that if he keeps having problems, he's going to start, losing these matches. We're not going to keep doing this for him. I don't know what he's got going on this computer.
Oh, look at this. Look at the way this is all reset. Now it's a completely different table.
Well, no, it's from before. See, the shot that he shot before, it never got recorded. He shot the shot and lost connection before the shot ended. That's why that happened. Oh yeah, Tiger and Curry's good. Well, that's true. But Stubb has problems even when there's not storms. He told me he was getting a new connection. I don't know if he has. Maybe he has.
Oh.
Well, that's no good.
Did he thin air that, or did he get
No, he missed the ball.
Did he get a referee call there? Yes, he did miss it.
I mean, where I am, I could lose power, and if I lose power, I'm good chance I'm losing power for several hours. I'll be real surprised if I don't lose power because there's a lot of wind today, and when there's wind, I mean, we're supposed to have wind gusts up to 60, 70 miles an hour, which if it does that, I'm going to lose power.
Room's not moving. Stubb sent me another message. Wait till I shut that down.
Room's not moving.
Yeah,
well, no, probably because you've lost connection.
Well, that was when he had lost that connection here. He probably sent me that message. And he's still bloody sending me messages. Well, let's have a look at this 7 ball. Does it go into the side? Yes, it does. So Jose should have checked that out. And that will do it. That's good enough.
What's Stubb messaging?
Just a little roll into the side, let the cue ball roll forward a touch. You want that angle in the 8. And he's got the angle.
He's such an idiot. He sends me messages, BS, I safed the 2 ball.
That's a good shot. Now, how tight is he in this 9 ball? Oh, wait a minute, the camera's all over the place, right. Oh, he's got to get it flush. And he's got to watch the cue ball where it's going, because he's not going to be any good on it unless he gets a hold of it. Oh, he's a little sliver there. Bedhead cut. But this for...
Let's see. How do I block somebody in Facebook?
Well, oh dear. Spoke too soon. I couldn't tell you. I think if you, I don't know whether if you right click their name, you can, whether you can mute them or ignore them for a period of time or whatever. I don't know.
MP says I need to unfriend them.
But I mean, all you need to do is just ignore them. Like, I mean, put it this way, Steve. You're good at ignoring my messages. You never bloody answer mine. So you just do what you do to me.
I answer yours. Why are you saying that to me, Hugh?
Well, because I've sent messages on Facebook when VP4s went down.
It's you get a reply? Just not very prompt.
No.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a run out if he gets on the 4 ball. He's got to shoot the 4 down table. It doesn't go in the corner there. So this shouldn't really be too difficult. I mean, he's got to deal with a 9. That's his biggest problem. I would run at the 9 here. He's going to go behind it. Nope, he's going to run at it. That's what I would have done, right? What he did.
Now, here's the question. He's trying to spin forward and get up table with this 5.
You just got to go gently forward. The 6, I don't think will hook him.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he went forward harder than I would have, but he's fine. It was well played. And just a little spin shot, and
But
that's a good shot to
right,
play a lot. A lot of those little spinners.
I'll tell you something, guys. Hang on a minute. Let me just bring my Facebook up. I've got another message in from, what does it say? Room's not moving. That's BS. The safe was good. Total BS. Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's Stubbs' attitude is basically, I never do anything wrong, and everybody else does everything wrong, and the world's against me, the computer's against me, everything's against me. That's pretty much the way he thinks.
Right. I mean, I can go back. I sent a message on the 25th of October at 11:21 a.m. my time, and it was down again. I got a reply from Steve only 2 hours later saying the data center is down, and then he said major outages in the US. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. What time did you send it?
Well, 11. What was it? 11:21 my time. So that would have been like 6:21 your time.
Yeah.
Right. You should have been out your bed at that time.
Probably still snoozing.
And then I sent. Then on the 6th of November, I sent one at 18 minutes past 6, and I said needed in VP4K tourney wrecked. And then on the 15th of December, I sent another one which said pay attention K. No reply to any of them. None whatsoever. So just treat Stubb like me, Steve, and just ignore my messages.
I already do. Yeah, let's see what he decides to do here. This is a little tricky getting safe here, but it's doable. You have to hit it with a lot of right English.
Not the double hit.
Yeah, he did get the double hit.
He's got lucky though. Look at that.
Wasn't able to spin out of it, but yeah, he
Jammy
came out
get again.
Good.
By the way, Steve, there needs to be an investigation into last night's shenanigans that went on in that Monday night 9-ball Scotch doubles. First of all, I played
because you lost.
No, first of all, I'll hold my hand up. That was the worst I've played in the 9-ball doubles. I was poor. But that's not the point. The point is, we were 4-0 down in our first match, and we won it. And then in the final, it went hill, and then that jammy get wet was dodgy on the 8-ball. He goes for the 8-ball and bloody runs into the 9 and flukes the 9 to win the match. So there should be an investigation into that. So Slim blamed it on you. He blamed it on you messing with the rack.
You guys have never gotten lucky to win a match in a doubles tournament. I'm sure.
No, we haven't. No, all hard work.
Yeah. This sounds reminiscent of talking to Stubb.
Yeah, who's going to inherit VP4, Steve? Or VP5?
Probably not Finn and Cy.
Oh, this is a good shot. That's excellent. Apart from the fact he's...
Oh, he's good.
Well, he's got a shot. It's not perfect, but...
No, he's good.
Is he going to come through?
He's got to get either behind the 8-ball or past the front of it. He's got to decide which one he's doing.
Yeah, that'll do. He's got a shot
behind it, and that's good. Yeah, that was well played there. I think he made the right decision. It was going to be tough to get by it.
This is a Stubb stay at the table mode.
Well, this is the kind of shot you shouldn't miss, but people do. You're going to throw this quite a bit with English, so you got to hit it pretty fat, and he hits it perfect. I mean, that's the kind of shot a lot of players have trouble with, and Stubb, it was no problem. I mean, really does pocket balls well. He does so many things well that it makes the things that he does wrong kind of glaring.
And finally, at least Bankster got another rack, but Cobra's gone through 17 racks to 3, so it was a bloodbath.
Yeah, I didn't see that being close. I was surprised it was as close as it was early on. Just Cobra not playing well. We left and he started playing good. What does that tell you?
So a good rack for Stubb there.
No, we see 10. 10 comes in once in a while.
Well, it must have been once in a while, a long while ago, Steve, because I've not seen him in months and months.
No, I've seen him. I have seen him. He comes on and PMs me. Not always with the 10 account.
Right, so he's got a spy account, right? Right, we got that.
He's got more than one account. He had multiple accounts for testing and stuff, so he's got more than one account.
I've got 2 accounts. I can't for the life of me remember what my other one is. I think it's the same one.
I think it's Real Pull and Power too.
No. He was in the stream a few weeks ago. What I was doing, and I don't remember that either.
Now here we go. This is a simple safety. You hit this 2-ball with a little bit of stun and left English and spin over behind the 4 and just lock him up. He's, this is unwise. Not that you can't make the 2, but getting position on the 3 is tough. He's going to have to get lucky.
And he has.
I mean, he could have easily hooked himself, and that's the kind of thing that you see Stubb do. That's sort of the glaring weaknesses.
That's the thing. He just
easy, safe, and still he fires away.
He's still in the pot everything mode.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's pretty much going to get away with it more often than not in this match.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter even if it's more often than not in any match. The problem with it is that if the safety is a 9 out of 10 and the shoot the shots a 7 out of 10, the 9 out of 10 is going to cost you games, and that's the problem. That's why he loses to Cobra and Albin and Semi-Pro, and because he's going to do those things, and it's going to cost him.
Well, that's part of his learning difficulties, and he's never got past that yet.
Well, he has played safe more. He's very reluctant to. And
is he there? I thought his cue had gone.
Oh, it's not moving. No, it's moving now. There it goes. I always go back to the Steve Mizrak story when, Pool started becoming big in Japan, and he goes over there and he's playing in this tournament, and, he's a famous player, and he'd done the Miller Lite, so everybody in Japan knew. And he's talking to the press, and the press says to him, Steve, we noticed that you like to play safeties, and, the Japanese players, they don't play safeties that much. He says, why is that? And Steve says to the guy, he says, well, let me ask you a question. Do the Japanese players gamble much? And the guy says, no. And Mizrak says, well, when they start gambling, they'll start playing safe.
Mm-hmm.
And really, the thought train has to be, which shot gives me the best chance of winning? Every time you come to the table, every time you get on another ball, that's your thought train. Which shot gives me the best chance to win? And Stubb doesn't do that. He's just full blown, I'm going to try to run out every time.
Yeah. Well, I think it's still going to end up a bloodbath.
And that's a dry break? No, he got one in. Okay, so, oh yeah, I mean, like I said before, if Jose gets to double figures, he's doing well.
If he gets to 5 at this rate, he'll do well.
I would have thought he'd get to 5, but Jose's not a bad player. It's just a difference in level. The thing about pool is differences in level are huge. That's why people complain. Oh, I played in a Friday night 9-ball. I had to give up the 5 out, and the guy's only 300 points less than me. Well. But the thing is you're going to lose if you start screwing up and missing balls when giving the guy the 5 out. But if you play good, you're going to drill the guy. I mean, 9 balls like that.
The thing is, that was more like what it was like when VP4 first started with the handicaps in the tournaments. It was like that very early on. It's not so much now because most of the guys understand that now.
Well, it's players not understanding the nature of the game. I mean, even semi-pro was complaining like crazy in league when he got bumped up, and I said, you can give these guys that handicap no problem. And then he did. I'm not sure he lost the match after that, even with the elevated rating. I mean, it's very difficult to be, when you're a significant amount below somebody else, it's very difficult to win, even with a handicap.
The handicap changed with the inclusion of last 2.
Yeah, it did change. Well, less handicap if somebody is very close to you. It didn't change at all if you were giving up the 5 or 6 out.
The only thing that's wrong with the handicap is the fact that it's not. There isn't an upper echelon, an upper threshold on it, which there should be. Because my argument's still the same. Any player that's 2,100 and over against a 2,400 player shouldn't be given a handicap or getting one.
Well, you better not start gambling in real life, because you want to bet on me when I'm playing one of these world-beating monsters in an even game. You're going to find out that it's not a good bet.
There's not enough players signed up to be players with. That's the major problem.
We need one more team, and we've got 3 teams. We need one more for it to go. By the way, none of the teams have actually signed up. If you have 3 players, you can sign up. We got 3 teams that are formed. You have to actually go sign your team up, and to do that, you have to put in a lineup, which requires 3 players.
Yeah, I've got a lineup.
Right now, your team has enough, and my team has enough to put a lineup in. Bobby Barros does not. He's got a number of invitees.
Stubb says, send a Spanish Armada.
Well, I mean, I tried to do a Masters League, and nobody wanted to play. Yeah. I mean, I tried to do a Masters League where there was no limit on rating.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I can raise the team rating, but the guys got to want to play. I mean,
yeah, there was the opportunity to have all the top guys in a league, and nobody batted an eyelid about it. They spoke about it, but nobody was interested. Well, this is the one that's going to let Jose down. I mean, he's got to be on the 10, but it's the cut. Has he got it? Yes, he has. So rack number 3 beckoning.
Yep.
What was too long? What the season? Was it?
Yeah, the thing you don't understand about that, Larry, is that's just what it says. It's like looking at the payout for a tournament. What it says isn't going to be the payout unless you get a full field. And the number of weeks, it's not going to be unless you get all the teams. If we only get 4 teams, I may try to make the league longer, because if we only get 4 teams in this league, it's only going to probably be like 8 weeks. I think it was going to be like 15 or 16 weeks with 8 teams. So
no, I think
I'll make the teams play each other again.
I think it was 21 weeks.
Yeah, and that would have been with probably 8 teams. So if you get 6 teams, then it's less than that. Because the way the thing's set up is you have so many teams, and then you say each team plays each other X times. You know, it might be 2 times, might be 3 times, but as soon as you have less teams, that number of weeks goes way down pretty fast. And that's going to work. See if Jose can get out here. See if he plays the 10 ball and finds out that he doesn't know the rule.
Well, if Brain Fallout's still there, he can use Google Translate. He hasn't called it though. He's playing the 3 instead.
Yeah, that's not very good. That wasn't ever going to go in like that. Well, Stubb could play the combo, or he could play it off the 6 ball.
Now, do you honestly think Stubb realises the new rules? Welcome to
I would
Tommy.
think so, but you know, you never know with Stubb. He looks like he's playing position, so he must. Oh, that's a blaster.
He's giving the old heave ho.
Hey, Tommy. Well, this is the easiest safety in the world here. Just stick him on the 6 ball. Jose's just gonna
That'll do
go
it.
the other way.
As long as it slows up.
Maybe. Nope, that's no good.
Well,
this is the old. This is the old put the right English on it shot.
This is a spin off the edge of it and get it thin.
Yeah, he didn't spin it, but he hit it pretty good.
He's got the cover. Now this is left English and kick the 3 and hope you get lucky that the 3 comes up behind the 4 and the 9.
This is a little Massey. Kick the 3 and put the cue ball over there between the 6 and 10.
Well, he's caught it half ball. He didn't get behind it enough.
You had to Massey that to get it behind it more. But even though you're like, oh, the Massey makes it sound so hard, you don't have to be that accurate. You just have to get on the other side of that 3 ball, and it's going to go a pretty good direction.
Yeah, I agree with you, Cobra. It was an easy kick. It was easy to get that full ball and punch it up the table. Now,
yeah, the first shot Tommy saw was a blast from Stubb. Yeah, nothing's changed, Tommy. Stubb is still Stubb. He's muted. He's blasting balls.
Jose's looking around and looking around. I don't think there's anything doing trying to nick the 3. I think he's got to go up table.
He can play it. Can he play a 3-railer?
Yeah, that's going to catch the jaw and keep the 3 out the pocket. And the other thing, if he goes up and down,
I think he can play a 3-railer into this.
Well, if he does go up and down, he's risk of scratching as well.
I think he can get by that 4 ball with the 3-railer.
Well, that's a good effort. That's very well played, Jose. Yep. Excellent.
Nice shot there.
Well, he's going to be bumping stuff here unless he does something. He'll see that. He's just going to now hope he's going to get lucky here. Now that needs to keep running. Now, I don't know whether the 8 ball makes it a bigger pocket. It might be too far past it. In fact, it probably does make it a bigger pocket.
Oh, yeah, it does. I mean, that pocket's huge.
I mean, he should be hitting this right towards the 8. Oh, no, he's ducking and diving. And that's well played.
That's
the right thing to do, Jose. You know, just don't start pushing the boat out.
Here we go with the nuclear blast. I'd be playing a 2-rail kick and trying to kick the ball like up towards the end rail between the 9 and 10. That's a little tough, actually, the angle he's got. The side pocket's kind of in the way.
Now, it says call ball. Where the hell's he called this?
But
you
can always Massey this one, too.
Now, is he? Oh, he is awake. I thought he'd gone.
He looks like he's going to try to jump this. Yep, that's what he's doing.
He's trying to cut the thin edge in it. Yeah.
He may have been trying to bank it. I'll tell you, since I went to one of those carbon fiber shafts, I have not been able to jump with my play cue with crap. Best jumper I've ever seen with a play cue was Earl Strickland.
Now this rack is yours, Jose. Only if you want it. He's going straight.
It doesn't really matter. You just draw the ball down table.
Do the big draw. The 8 ball comfortably goes into the side pocket. The question is whether he's going to dink that into the side pocket and then be awkward in the 9. So he's got to get this right. Because that 10 ball's an interference where it's sitting right now from this right hand side of the table. So it does depend on how good he ends up on this 8 ball. And this isn't good.
A little funny. He's going to have to dink this. Dink it or go up and down.
Oh, he might be going all around the, we might put a lot of yardage on this cue ball here, and it could find a pocket as well if he's doing it.
If you're going up and down, you just want to go just inside the 10 ball. He's going to dink it.
Yeah, it just needs to
slow up. That was the right shot. Yeah, he's good.
Well, now he's got the angle to come out of there and get decent on this 9.
No, this shot should always come off the rail. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't believe how many people in real life will draw that ball, which is the wrong way to play it.
That was the right way to do it.
Well, that's one thing I see in VP. I see more players actually play that shot right in VP than I do in real life.
Oh, 4 on the board. Now the scoreboard looks a bit healthier. Just a pity that... from Jose's point of view, Stubbs a 9. So Jose breaking. Rack number, what is it, 14. Gets a ball, he's got a shot.
And this table's pretty good.
Now, do you drop this in just dead weight and check it a little? Just to stop the cue ball leaking away the wrong way?
Yeah. That's okay, but that you don't want to be straight on that. He's going to have to draw up now.
Yeah, absolutely bolt straight.
And this shot's, again, a little touchy. You can't leave yourself real thin unless you want to go around the table to get on the 5. He's going to have to draw this up.
Uh-oh.
And that's no good.
That's gone. Oh.
Well, I would definitely play safe here.
Now, where do you play safe, though? I mean, you trying
I'd stun it over behind the 8, run the 4 into the 5, send the 4 down table, and
that's definitely touchy.
Well, you got to get the line right. I mean, you can draw it off the end rail if you want, but over behind the 8.
No, Jose's going for the more difficult option of all or nothing, cutting this up table.
Well, the problem isn't making the ball. The problem is getting on the 5. He missed the ball by a mile. I mean, I didn't like that shot, not because getting on the 5 was going to be difficult. So Stubb will run this out. I mean, this is...
Well, that's one. That was one instance there where Jose should have come up with a better plan there rather than trying to all out be a hero shot. A shot that was not a gimme. Okay, he gets it. He gets it. He is a hero.
4.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets it, he's a hero. He's on the 5 ball. But
that's not where the cue ball would be if he made it. That's the thing is, if when you miss a ball by that much, the cue ball path's radically different. I mean, if you miss it by a little, the cue ball path is going to be similar. He didn't get there.
Well, I think
he may still shoot this.
Oh yeah, he's blasting this. This could scratch in the bottom corner of this cue ball, by the way.
I'd be putting the guy on the 9 ball myself, but
watch if that 8 ball wasn't in the way. I think he's okay.
Yeah, he's perfect, a matter of fact. Just a little stun across, and I wouldn't have moved it that far. I would have wanted to have some angle.
And again, the tried and trusted method.
Well, I mean, that's the right way to shoot that shot because it guarantees that the ball's going to come out. You're not trying to you try to hit that shot precise and then you roll up and end up on the end rail. Now, in real life, you probably wouldn't do that just because it's hard to stroke it that much. But there are times, like when the cue ball path, let's say the cue ball path was going to come close to that 10 ball, then even in real life, you would draw it hard and draw it off the end rail and out because the speed would be too tough coming close to the 10. And Stubb goes for a blaster and just screws everything up. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but the table's worse.
Well, he's trying to get in behind the 7 and 9 and 6
this,
here.
This is a pretty straightforward safe as long as you don't go in a corner pocket. That's the danger here.
He's actually got it.
Boy,
he's actually got it too thin. Yeah, too thin. Yeah. Well, again, with this table, this is crying out for Jose to nail Stubb. If he pots the 2 and goes clean and gets the 4 and 5, he can nail Stubb in the 6.
Yeah, well, that's assuming he's thinking that way.
Well, that's again, he can't be doing that.
That's assuming he can make the 2 ball.
He can't be doing that.
Well, Stubb may just blast this. Let's see what he decides to do.
Yeah, this is going to get a hell of a smack in this. No, it isn't. This is a surprise.
Well, he's kind of funny here. He's going to have to hit this with right English and check it. And then I don't think he's going to be good on the 5. I don't think he can hold it enough. Yeah.
No, he's going to spin this, is he? Even with loads of left, is he going to get a hit on this? Is he going to use the 8 ball? Yeah, he's having a blast. But there you go, it's Stubb. Oh, he's going to be hooked. Oh well.
It's Stubb.
He got what he deserved.
You can say it's Stubb either way.
he got what he deserved. You think this is going to be soft? He gave it a good go, and he's going to come out smelling the roses as well. Now this is
well. This is easy not to give up a shot, but it's not easy to get a snooker.
This featherweight edge.
Yeah, I mean, you just assume you're not going to get the snooker here. See, I would have put him down on the end rail at the other end of the table there, just because you can pretty much assume you're not going to get the snooker. The problem with leaving it here is it's a lot easier to play safe with the cue ball close to the 6. If you leave him on the end rail, it's a lot harder to shoot that. And there's no real good shot here on the right edge. You can try to thin this. I don't like shooting that shot.
No,
I would kick it. I would kick it to 6 and try to put the cue ball on the 8. Yeah, so that's the kind of thing that happens a lot with that sort of shot. This is going to get thinned, and he's probably going to have a pretty good safety here. Yeah, he's got an edge, but it's not a good edge because that corner pocket's sitting right there. If he's going to try to hit that edge, I think he's probably scratching. He's figured that out.
Well,
this is one I try to slow roll up on. I mean, there's not a lot of good thing that can happen.
What about trying at 2 rails? I don't know whether the side pocket's the way, but what about tying 2 rails and rolling onto the 6? Well, he's trying to do that. That looks not bad.
Yeah, I like that shot. Unfortunately, it didn't come out very good because now he's going to be locked. Well, Stubb's going to shoot at the C, and this is where he's gone wrong. You should just put this right on the 8 ball and lock him on it.
Yeah.
You should not shoot this shot.
Well, it's gone in.
He's got it in, and he's going to be out here. It's going to be 11-4. I'm just amazed my power hasn't gone out. I got to look and see where this squall line is.
Are they still heading your direction, or is it moving through?
Well, there was a big squall line headed this direction at one point. Let's see. Oh yeah, the bad stuff hasn't got here yet. It's getting close though. Yeah, it just depends on. It's hard to say what's going to hit, but the squall line is not very far away.
Well, Jose's break dry.
I think I'm going to go to the bathroom.
So, Jose, here's another table that has, well, a couple of problems. Now, you could deal with the problem and still hope he's on the 3, and he has done. He's brushed the 4. I think that was the 4 ball. And 4 and 5 now go comfortably. So he's done the preparation work. Can he follow it through? Well, he's going to have to dig right into this cue ball to come back off that 4. He can't go forward in this. Well, I wouldn't be going forward on this, put it that way. He's digging in now. And, well, I would have liked to get a bit more hold of that just to get it a more comfortable angle. Well, I saw a bit of it while I was at my dinner before I came to set up for the stream. But who was it that was telling me what was happening? It went to the final frame decider. Trump was up by 3. Kyron Wilson came back. Well, they got their money's worth in the crowd. Oh dear, Jose. These are painful. I had to spin in the cue ball to get around for the 9. But took a liberty in the 8 ball. And of course, once it's offline at that pace, rattling in the jaws, they don't go in. Seen it 100 times. Steve will be back in a minute. Well, this is one that's got away. So 8 racks of difference now. More than a mountain. That's a cue ball that's gone south though. Isn't it? Yeah, scratch. So here we are again. Jose with a table where you've got to move the cue ball to get to the spots. So 1 ball down to the 2 shouldn't be an issue. But the 3 ball should be getting played from the left-hand side of the table. That's where you want to be.
I miss anything exciting?
Well, Jose had the last rack in his pocket, going from the 8 ball around 2-3 rails to get to the 9 at the bottom here, at the bottom of the table, and they rattled the 8, and that was that going. He's at the table now from a scratch from stub on the break. He's overhit that, although he's slowing up. He'll still have a shot in the side.
Yeah, this is a little nasty here. I almost got to think about banking this, because that's no good.
And he can't play that into the corner pocket because you're going to scratch.
That was the problem. He was in a spot where I think he almost had to bank the 3 to get on the 4.
And he can't cut it in either because I think it's past the pocket. Yeah.
Under a tornado watch. Great.
Well, that's sort of standard when they've got the big thunderstorms boiling around, isn't it? I mean, would they not give you a warning? Would the warning not come about if there was a sighting of one or one was in the ground? But if there isn't one, because it's big thunderstorms, they're always going to give you a mandatory sort of tornado watch.
No, I mean, if it's a big enough squall line, they will. You know, a lot of it depends on conditions, whether they're getting any rotation in the clouds and stuff.
A watch and a warning. Well, they had a tornado down in England the other week there, which damaged houses.
Yeah, the United States is unique in that it's like United States gets way more tornadoes than anywhere in the world. It's just sort of a unique weather situation here.
That's what I was thinking, Larry, that if they've actually spotted something, then you've got a warning that there's one going around. You know, it might dissipate or it might reform.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of really bad tornadoes in the southeast like they do in places like Oklahoma, but they kill a lot of people here because we get a lot of tornadoes at night here.
Yeah.
So you don't know it's coming. You're not aware of it. But yeah, the southeast gets a lot of tornadoes.
That must be the scary thing, you know, when you're getting a tornado warning and you can't stay in the house. You've got to probably go outside to know that there's something around, and then try and duck for cover.
Well, you got to go to a safe place in the house. Place a lot of structure near the center of the house. You know, not everybody's got a storm cellar. Not in this part of the country. Very few people do.
So 13-4. Now, we'll see this break. And I think it's another dry one. Jose's got a bank on the one. I think it's a good bank. Looks a pretty good bank to me. And I don't bank. One that touched down in Panama, Florida earlier today, Bill says.
Yeah, we've had them touch down here. My buddy's house got whacked by it. There's a few houses around here that have gotten hit by. We get a lot of tornadoes when there's hurricanes. Watch out.
Here we go.
Watch out. Watch out. Well, that's not going to be any good.
The fatal mistake here is to do something that's going to move the 8 and 6, although I think the 6 does go anyway, but you don't want it to be opening things up.
Well, he's going to blast it. You already know that. He's not going to control it. And he blasted it. Well, that wasn't too fatal doing it that way.
That was a call, and he got it. I'll give him his dues. That's why you should always call a ball in a pocket.
Breaking out the 6 was a nice bonus.
Now, how's he sitting here? Right, so this has got to be gentle. And he's got to play it to is that going to knock the 9 in, or is it going to keep it in the jaw? Right, see, he's okay. Oh, that's sad to hear, Mark. It wasn't good, wasn't it? Anyway, when you told us a while back. So that's another former VP gone. Tony Lamb. Yeah. Formerly known as Satman. The guy that was, well, I think he generally organised the Moscone Cup that we had in VP3. I don't know that it was him that set the website for it, but the website no longer exists. But that was when we had a Moscone Cup. that's the thing about Facebook. When you've got a Facebook page that's yours or a Facebook profile, you have to go into the more detailed section of it to actually leave somebody in charge of your Facebook page, because the Facebook page will stay there. Like John Slingblades, it's just had no posts on it.
Stub just dogged it.
Well, here's another bonus rack for Jose, if he can get the job done.
Stub just dogged it. You don't see Stub dog a lot of balls.
Yeah, but that was it, and that was a good league as well. In fact, that had a good turnout. That league, you had relegation and promotion in that one as well. I think we had about 2 or 3 leagues all running at the same time. That was actually quite a good format, Steve, that we had in VP3. Yeah, he did. He had the VP3 leagues, which had about 3 leagues in it, and you had a league season, and then you had promotion and relegation at the end of it. Yeah, what I was saying about Facebook, everybody who has a Facebook account can preemptively go into the detail side of it, that you're leaving somebody else access to your account to notify people once you kick the bucket. Then I think they can kill your account, so to speak, or close it down. Because if you don't, it just stays there. Yeah, that's sad news. Nobody, Mark. I've done nothing about it. You just know when I don't show up that you know I mean, the thing is, I'll be found dead in my chair in front of the telly. So I will. That's what will probably happen to me. I never get out of Division Z or Division 2. Well, Jose's missed. Stubbs going to take the bank. No, he isn't, because he can't see it. I thought he could see the 6 there. Well, he can, but he can't do anything in terms of banking it. But he's done the next best thing. That's a good shot. That dude Pursley, never heard of that name before. Some other actor died the other day, Mark. Who was it? Because I was quite shocked when I saw that, and I've been trying to think of the name of him for about 48 hours. I think, is Steve gone? Maybe his power's gone.
No, I'm still here. I'm not gone yet.
Well, this is going to be another one for Stubb. No, I heard of that one. That was a few weeks ago, but there was one 2 days ago. I'm going to have to troll through the BBC website to find it. And now, see, the thing is, I'm a bit confused. I'm not sure whether it was a dream or whether it was reality. Do you know what I mean? I just know somebody that I was quite surprised when I seen it, and I can't remember who it was. I'm going to find out after this, because I can't get to bed and sleep without knowing who it is or reminding myself who it was. In fact, I'll do that right now on my phone. Another message from Stubb. I don't know how many he sent me. What does that say? That's BS. F this game. I don't know how long ago that was. Right, let me go to
I mean, Stubb could be leading 16-0, and the guy gets lucky, and he'll be that's BS.
Gunmen storm Ecuador television studio live in air. That's one of the BBC News headlines.
Well, that's not good. He came up very short on the 6-ball. I would be playing safe here. I mean, you could shoot this, but I'd play safe here. He looks like he's going to shoot it. At least he's played it the right way, but not with a good result. Stubbs going to shoot this. This is a mistake.
Austrian ski gondola crashes, injuring Danish family. Imagine hanging by a thread in one of these things.
Well, he's going to have to go around the table here, I think. I guess you could bunt it and take the cut, but he's going to hit this with, he's going to try to punch this up and down. That's well played. This for sure I would go 2 rails, end rail, and out. That's what he's going to do. And Stubb is within 2. It's not looking like Jose's getting the double figures. A lot of thunder happening here. I won't be surprised if I go bye-bye. And Stubb breaks dry. So is Jose going to play safe? Is he going to push? That's the thing, is a lot of people don't do this, but you can always just push if you don't like the safety. Push to something that you like the safety a little better. Although that was kind of a do-nothing push. All he did was give Stubb the option. Stubb's going to shoot, of course. This could scratch. It's close to a scratch. Well, not at that speed, it's not going to scratch. Wow. That's one way to take the curve out of it. I think we may have lost you.
No, I'm still here. I'm just trying to find out who this person is that died. And I still can't find it. Maybe it was a dream.
It's looking a lot like Stubb's going to be on the hill here. Yeah, like he didn't try to hold it. Just let the ball go where it wanted to. Just you want to make sure you leave angle here. That's well done. See, that's smart. I mean, isn't that an oxymoron saying Stubb's smart? But he made sure he left himself angle.
Oh, I found a website it's called the Death List 2024, right? And they've got a list of people who are all at a certain age, and they've already ticked off 3 out of 50. Number 1 in the list is Jimmy Carter, who's 100. Dick Van Dyke's 99. Pope Francis is 88. Cleo Lane 97. did you know Sandy Gall, the newsreader, was still alive, Mark? Yeah, I know David Soul passed away, because I told you about the dream I had the other night about them. They were supposed to going to rehash Starsky and Hutch. Right, well, Stubbs on the hill, and my dream was that the two of them became private detectives after their retirement from the police force, and Huggy Bear was still their informant. Hosey's got a ball in the break, no shot in the one.
Ball. He could shoot the one on the side, but it's not advisable. He's going to try it. And he's got it. Nice shot there. Let's see how straight he is. He's pretty straight. You can get this down the table, but you got to hit it good. And he has. Well done there.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that...
I think the 7 goes by the 9.
It has to be tight to the rail. It will go.
Uh-oh, watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Oh. That's,
Well, if this catches any of the 9, it won't go in. It's got to be flushed.
This is no good. I mean, this is not the shot you want.
Can he come off the point, though? Can he not come off the point?
Oh, yeah. He's not going to scratch, but making a 7 ball is very difficult. There's not much room there, and you got to deal with the ball throw. He's going to go ahead and bank this, and this is a super difficult bank. Is it possible? Yeah, but you're dealing with a lot of throw. He'll probably hit it into the end rail, because you got to hit this a lot thinner than you think. Oh, no, he didn't. He actually came off short.
I think he got a double kiss there.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think he did.
So I think this is going to be it.
Well, this rack for Jose.
Stubb is bent off mute, so we'll mute his ass because we don't want to.
This is the 3rd match. I'm sure this is the 3rd match.
And it looks like that is going to do it, folks. So Stubbs going through.
Not yet, he's not. This is Jose at the table, Steve. Pay attention.
Oh, it's Jose. I thought it was Stubb running out. I am not paying attention, obviously.
Oh, Jose's got I've just noticed Jose's picture. What has he got? Something standing in a missile.
Looks like Superman with a Spanish flag cape. I said that Jose would be doing good if he could get to double figures. And I don't think he's going to unless something really good happens for him.
Yeah, I doubt that. I doubt that. I mean, he needs another 4. A matador, is it? I've got a ball. He's not going to have a shot, though. But he should be ducking and diving here. Is he going to give this an almighty blast? Yeah, here we go. The big wind up.
Well,
but this is how he'll end up letting Stubb get to 10. Not Stubb, Jose.
yeah, you can cut this too, and you got to play it rail first, though. You got to play this ball rail first. If you hit the 2 ball first, good luck trying to making this. Yeah, pretty good try at it, but it's not down. What's Jose gonna decide to do here? The shot's to put him on the 5 ball. Run the 2 into the 10, put him on the 5. Well, that was simpler, which is good, but it's not really
He's
that
calling
good.
the 7. He'll call the 7.
He's probably going to kick this 7 in. He's got a pretty good chance of it. It's no guaranteed automatic, but it's, a pretty good chance of making this.
Yeah. Oh, where's this cue ball going?
So here we go with the Blastola cut again.
Yeah.
This one's a lot more this one's a lot more makeable. I think he'll probably make this one. He could scratch someplace. He's going to hit this hard. Oh, and he overcut it.
That's a missed call. Because he didn't call the 10.
He's probably going to be put back in here, although if it was me, I would save him. I think you can put him on this 9 ball. There's enough room behind the 2 to do that.
No, I know about Glynis Johns. Yeah, I know about her. This is somebody else. I've got to find that.
I don't know that he knows this shot. You got to really juice this up with left English to get him on the 9 ball. He's going to play some kind of thin off the left edge thing. And that's a pretty good shot.
Well, I'd be calling the 2 into the other corner, giving it a boot.
2 rails kick this in. You always want to play this particular shot 2 rails when it's sitting like this because the cue ball will go up table. He tried to play it 1 rail unless he really hit it super bad.
Well, it could have finished worse.
Yeah, but this is not good. This is where you get safed up. He's just going to stop this, come off the 5, try to get the 2 down on the end rail like that.
That's a good shot. Although, has he left an edge?
Nope. Yeah, Stubb got what he deserved. He hit that kick terrible.
No, Jose got what he deserved.
That was Jose.
Yeah.
I'm confused to who's at the table a lot here.
I think you need food, Steve. I think
you're right.
I think that's been the cause of the problem.
I haven't been eating, yeah.
A brain malfunction.
Watch out. Watch out. Oh, and he's titty hooked.
Well, that's a good save.
Oh, the BS key is getting worn out right now.
Stubb has he got room near that 4 ball to kick this in?
Yes, you can kick this in. And you have to hit real close to the corner, but yes, you can kick this in. This is actually the line you want. What you putting draw on it? You don't want to do this. I don't think he's going to make it. Yeah, so you didn't want to draw that. That's why he went that way. That was no English, just hit it straight there to make that ball.
He wasn't actually far away from cutting in, though. He actually almost got the edge.
But as soon as I saw him jack up and put English on it, I knew he wasn't going to hit it.
Well, let's see if Jose can get another one.
I will tell you, I recognize that shot. It wasn't just I feel like this is where to hit it. I mean, that's a shot I've practiced before, that kind of shot. I've practiced making that ball 2 rails from a bunch of different positions on the table, so I recognize how to hit it. Jose's going to win another one. Maybe he will get the double figures.
Not yet. I mean, that 10 ball's isolated in the middle of the table. He's got to get himself half decent on it.
To get to.
You'd be amazed at what people do. Well, he's got a nice angle. This is fine. The only mistake he'll do here is scratching in the side pocket if he cuts across like that.
He's trying to.
Yeah, he had a go at it, but he's perfect.
That's perfect. So Jose gets the 7. And one more.
Oh, Jose's winding him up a wee bit here.
Stubbs going crazy because he's muted. Well, I mean, those keys have been worn out semi-pro. I mean, I guarantee you can't read those keys. The lettering's been worn right off of them.
Yeah. And Jose's getting balls in the break. But he's not getting a shot, though.
And he hasn't shown that he's any good at pushing out. You can play safe here, although it's pretty tricky safety, the way that these balls are sitting. If you are going to play safe, kick shot's probably the best approach. He's going to push.
He'll get put back in here.
Stubbs going to probably blast this. You can play the 9 ball.
Well, why is he not putting him back in, though?
Off the 1 ball, hit the 8 into the 9, call the 9 ball. You can play that shot if you want. It's actually sitting pretty good for that shot, to be honest with you. But I wouldn't do it.
What's he doing?
Yeah, he's calling the bank on the 1, which is, it's not a terrible shot, but it's certainly not a high percentage shot. I would have hit the 1 thin into the 8 and made the 9 myself here if I was going to play aggressive.
Well, that's a missed call, and there's another free go for Stubbs. Jose will be quite happy that Stubbs having a go at these things. I mean, Stubbs not playing with any common sense whatsoever. I mean, he's giving away racks here.
Does he have any common sense?
No, I mean, he's giving away racks here. He knows he's going to win. But the scoreboard's looking a lot healthier than it should have done. And Jose just needs to keep doing what he's doing, given the opportunity. And then Stubb will eventually work it out.
And barring some sort of unforced error, he should be out here.
Well, he wants the angle on the 8 ball. It doesn't matter about the 7. He wants the angle on the 8 ball because he wants to dink across for that 9.
Yeah, it almost doesn't matter on that. It's close enough to the pocket. You can get across even if you're straight.
And that will do. That's fine. You're nothing to do with the cue ball. Just let it take its natural path. And 10 ball into the side pocket is a simple shot. All you're doing is dinking this in. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, that's it. You're just stalling this or dropping through for a roll in. And it's another one on the board for Stubb. Why do I keep calling Jose Stubb?
Because I keep confusing who's at the table.
Because I need more food as well.
So now we're at 16-8. I'm rooting for Jose to get the double figures.
Yeah. Stubbs break, 3 ball.
And that's a very good break.
1
He's
ball.
Gonna get a shot on the 2.
He's going to have a bank at the 2, guarantee that.
Yeah, he'll shoot this. I mean, it's Stubb. You know he's going to shoot. This is pretty natural to get on the 4. I think you maybe want a little English. The only problem is English makes this shot harder.
And it goes. Wow. He's come out into the table. He's good in the 4, although he's been further away from it. But you'd still expect him to control this enough. I'm sure the 7 goes. There isn't a problem.
Yeah. Well, the Safeway speed rail, speed-wise, is to go back and forth here to come across.
That's 7
just
ball.
Like this. That was well done. See, that's the right way to hit that shot, where you don't have to worry about the speed.
Well, that 7 ball needs looking closely at, because it will get into the far side of the pocket.
It doesn't matter. You can make the carom. The carom's sitting perfect.
Yeah, you can play the billiard.
7. Yeah, it's just the billiard down shot.
Well,
so
let's see if he's playing for that. Is he going to try and? You're going to try and bump into something here? Something stubbish. We're all waiting with bated breath. Is he going to play the sensible shot, or is he going to give it the old thump and hope? He looks as if he's playing sensible here.
Needs to slow down. Needs to slow down. Well.
Oh,
he's still okay. He's still okay on the billiard. He may just try to shoot the 7. I'd play the billiard still. He got a little too far over, but he's okay.
Playing it in off the par jaw.
He looks like he's just going to shoot the 7.
And he's taking too much of it.
I mean, that was a silly shot to shoot.
I think he should have played
all
the billiard.
All he had to do was thin the edge. Yeah. Even though he rolled too far, he still had the billiard.
Well, he's got away with it.
It's a poor decision.
Jose's last shot in the match coming up here, I think.
So is they going to try to jump this? This is crazy.
Good luck to him.
Another form of crazy.
Oh, had a go at it. Now he needs to get lucky.
Over it. No, he did.
He'll take that.
The B and S key are getting pounded right now.
He's smacking him. He's smacking him even though he's still muted. Well, you need a roll of the ball now and again. What's Stubb up to now? Here we go again.
I thought he might try to play the in the corner, but he's just going to take it. It's sitting pretty good for the shot he's shooting. This is a good play because if you don't make it,
that's very well done.
If you don't make it, it's going to be pretty safe unless it hits the titty and
excellent shot.
Yeah,
making sure he's high enough in the 9. So we'll have a look and see how the bracket looks after this. And we'll also have a look at the schedule, because that has thinned out quite a bit. So well done to Stubb. He wins by 17 racks to 8. All his girlies screaming for him. Right, so the matches remaining are the match between Fast Eddie and Spectre Dawn, which is Thursday evening at 7:15. I'll be there for that one. The other matches I won't be. We've got Spud Boy against Bullabog, which is Sunday at 12 a.m. my time, or Saturday night, basically. And Larry against Acero, which is Monday, and that's at the same time. It's Sunday night, Monday morning my time, so I'm long gone in bed by those. So I don't know who'll cover those, whether Slim will do it or whether Steve's going to be around, but I won't be. So there's 3 matches remaining.
I think both those matches are going to be good. I mean, Larry and Acero both are good players, and I think Spud Boy and Paul are going to be a pretty close match.
Yeah, it'll be a battle between them, and then of course the big one on Thursday, Fast Eddie, Spectre Dawn. Spectre Dawn still going for his first crown. So that is it. That's what I was going to do. Let's have a look and see how we are. We've got Hazeric, who went through against Coldest Pillow, and Hazeric is up against Mr. Fox in round 3.
That'll be a good match.
Came through comfortably in Vertical Liquid. We have that match we mentioned. We've got Albinario against MC Clarkey. That'll be a good match.
Yep.
We've got Cobra through waiting on the winner, and of course the winner of Fast Eddie and Spectre Dawn. So again, another good lineup, whoever gets through for round 3.
Yeah, we got a lot of good matches coming.
Guess who Stubbs got in round 3? It's Tommy.
Yeah.
And that should be a good battle. The Acero Larry match. We've got Vince says against Bedhead, another good matchup.
Wow, we've really got a great bracket going, and I think part of this is just because 10 ball kind of brings out the best in players.
Rabi against Interchange X on the winner's side is the last match. Now the deadline dates for them are January the 22nd, so they're
Yeah, we got a lot
a
coming.
while away
here
yet.
in that round. Well, it's not. Well, actually, it is a ways away. It's only the 9th.
Now, one loss side won't really take shape until a few results have come through, so there's players sitting isolated at the moment.
Quagmire and Linus, right there.
Did I miss that one? Where are we?
Yeah, you just scroll by it.
Who's
Jose and Woody.
Oh, you've got Sargo
Chico and Pro
and
Demonic.
I think Sargo won't show. I think Christian will get a bye there. Sargo wasn't there. I'm sure he forfeited his first match, so he'll be long gone. And then
Sargo hasn't forfeited any matches.
Are you sure? I thought he had.
Look at the bracket.
Who was there? I thought one of them had. Anyway, maybe I'm mistaken.
Maybe it was Banda that did. I don't know.
Or Banda, maybe that was it. Semi-pro up against Popman. And that is it. Coldest Pillow sitting there waiting on somebody coming through. In fact, waiting on the loser, the winner of El Matador and Vertical Liquid. So that is definitely it. So I think it's coffee time and something to eat for me.
Yep.
No doubt Stephen will be going along the same sort of idea. So thanks for your company, Steve. Thanks for everybody watching. And hopefully you can join us Thursday night. If you can,
so.
It'll be on YouTube.
All right.
I'll have Discord open for you anyway if you're around. So we'll see you later, guys. Take care.
Yep.
And
good night, guys.
See you later.